nowadays. Oh, by the way, Ken, how'd you like to play a quick round of golf before supper? I think we can work it in. And then later, I'd like to shellac that new bookcase I'm making.
Well, Ken?
Yes, Dad does enjoy his leisure time. And to think that a few years ago, people didn't have nearly so much time to themselves.
Yes, we've gained a lot of leisure time in the last century or so. All of us.
Wait a minute. All of us? Mother should hear you say that. She's always complaining that she doesn't have enough time.
Well, let's see about that. Can you picture your mother as she might have been 50 years ago?
I guess so.
My, that's hard work. It takes so much time, too. But that's woman's lot in life. Scrub clothes, carry water, bake bread, feed the chickens, till time to go to bed and then get up again to start all over again.
You see, Ken? Now, how about today?
My, this new washer certainly is a time saver. And I do need some extra time. Now, let's see, I want to do some shopping, but this first.
Wait a minute. This may be easier work, but it still looks like work.
Oh, well, I have to plan the program for the Women's Club next month. That's one of my favorite activities, you know. It does keep me busy, but, well, that's not work.
What do you think, Ken?
Well, Mother does have more leisure time now. But still, she's always busy. How does she find so many things to do? How can I find something to do with my extra time? Or for that matter, what about you? I don't know. It seems as if leisure time is a problem.
Well, let's see how your friends have met that problem.
I told him once my friends were all busy. Oh, busy. They have something to do with their time. Let's see. Last I saw Dave, he was headed that-a-way.
You mean this way? Yes. Dave has a hobby of identifying birds. It's a pleasant way of spending his time, and besides, it helps him with some of his schoolwork. You can learn quite a bit from hobbies. Here's Bill. Some of his leisure time is spent doing part-time work at the bookstore. Along with earning some spending money, he's getting experience that will help him later on. And Alice is devoting some of her leisure to learning to sew. That's something she'll be glad she did when she's older. And right now, she gets a big kick out of it. Here's the way Marge spends some of her leisure time. She's learning to play the piano. She's getting a lot of pleasure from her own accomplishment, and she's acquiring a skill that will help her socially. And some of the fellows spend their time in group activities that are building them up physically, as well as providing them with a lot of fun.
So that's what they're all doing. No wonder I couldn't find them. I'll bet you think I should figure out something to do with my time. The question is, how will I know it's the right kind of thing? How will I know I'm using my time well?
Your father mentioned a bookcase he was making.
Hello. We're back. And it seems that we are back, because today, for the 1st time...
Aren't you just telling me to touch grass?
Am I telling you to touch grass? Exactly. Well, sort of. It's complicated. It's a little complicated, but it's essentially something like that.
Hello,
yes.
Chair.
Hello. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Good to see the two of you guys. Wonderful. I've yet to experience, and I think it's like a hardship that maybe I just don't I have the privilege of avoiding, but the hardship of having like 0 viewers. Because I've been told like one of the biggest, or as I was doing research, one of the biggest challenges is to like entertain like an audience when there is no audience. And I can only imagine how difficult it was. And to be quite frank with you, I expected my debut stream to do well. Good morning, good morning. Hello, Tara Ditto. Welcome. But I didn't expect to have to deal with the 0 viewer situation for my debut, because I knew some people would be interested. I thought the premise was solid enough and enough people knew about this that they would want to at least, see what's up. They would want to check out the dumpster fire. But I didn't expect it to be like this. I expected the streams afterwards to kind of dip down and then slowly have to deal with the 0 viewer situation. And I've been told that's the hardest. I get why, because there's nothing to interact with. You're just talking to yourself and it feels really discouraging. It's like performing for an unusually like quiet audience, or you can't even see if there's an audience there or whatnot, or like 0 people. But you can't think of it as practice. You think of it as, well, it's like they've imagined it's not just an empty theater, but it's a theater that is like open doors and anyone can walk in. And maybe eventually...
All right. Let me just dip RN.
Wait, no, please go back.
But Chatbox.
I know, right? Chatbox back. Hello, Emmanuel. But Chatbox is back, and it's good. I'm surprised. This is the first stream where that Chatbox is alive and kicking. I think so. I've been adjusting my dusty library computer settings to try to make it better. I wasn't aware. Sorry, let me get into that later. But anyways, to finish my thought on the 0 viewer thing. It's like having your doors open and some people wander in occasionally and then they take one look at you for 10 seconds and leave. Like, that's discouraging, and I thought I'd have to deal with that. And so I spent a significant amount of time before my debut like mentally preparing for this situation, only to not have to deal with that now, which I am, again, because of you guys, so I'm eternally grateful for you being here, because being live is so much more difficult than like watching a VOD. And I know that because I can rarely support my Oshis live. I just don't have a lot of that time in me for myself that I've had to, make for projects like this. So being here you guys being here means a great deal. It is very nice, very good, and I will promise to try to live up to that expectation. But anyways, hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is the Rant Ramble stream, YapFest 2024, as coined by me yesterday, where I will go about just saying shit, and Parrot will be here to, of course, transcribe anything you guys have.
I'm just a paid chatbot.
I'm just a paid chatbot, absolutely you are, and so are we. Everyone here is. We're gathered here today to yap for
sad if we don't
probably
get more
2
technical
hours.
Problems. Big fan of the debut doubled music.
Please. The worst part is like I don't want to have to enlist it. I think it should stay there, but like the problem is like everyone who checks out this channel, probably the first thing they're gonna do, if not like a shorter video or like the short form content, if they check the live streams, the first one they're gonna click is the debut stream. Like that's probably the one, and they're all gonna have to sit through what you guys had to sit through, which I've been able to fix in a week. All right, I'm giving myself credit. Okay, I'm giving myself a lot of credit here. It's been 1 week anniversary of Karis Euphonor being birthed into the world or whatever, right? I fixed most of the problems. I have figured out most of the issues, and like everything kind of is progressing smoothly, and it's just from here on out it's just content and concepts, right? And that's all good. But like everyone's first impression coming here is gonna be like going back and looking at that debut stream, which is
there stalling today?
Is there stalling today? No, because you can think of this entire stream as a stalling stream, because like I guess like maybe imagine I advertise it as, oh, I'm gonna play a game, and maybe I'll like continue Tears of the Kingdom or whatever today. You just like pretend I said that, but and then I like spend like 2 hours in the just chatting screen, like, and then like that's the entire stream. It's not even gonna be very focused specific like yapping like I did on Wednesday, where I had something prepared for a little bit.
Let's go.
1 week anniversary, woo! But it's just like mindless, thoughtless trains of thought going everywhere, and a grumpy old philosopher shaking his fist at the sky going like, why is it like this? Like that. It's gonna be that for 2 hours. It's gonna be a lot of yapping for 2 hours. Feel free to stay and leave and do whatever. I say that every stream, but I want to stress it on this stream. That guy just doesn't. It's fucking whatever, man. Like, it's been a week. I'm tired. It's been a week. Okay, maybe streaming is hard. Maybe it is a difficult job.
Chat, time to lock in.
Oh man, but yeah, it's been a week. I have, I'm gonna be real with you.
VTuber regrets.
VTuber regrets starting live streaming. It's been a week and there's like 60 subs in this channel. That is, I would say, like 40 more than I expected. I truthfully expected around 20 people, but I expected like about 3-4 people to show up in chats, because I thought, well, even though my numbers are going to be low, I think my retention can be kind of high because I'm, the almighty and great and sagely and wise and intellectual and unique and charismatic and sagely and charismatic, right? So I expected some level of retention. I expected you guys to show up and be here and want to be here. But I didn't expect the more than the amount that is right now. So very cool, very poggers. Sorry, am I done yapping yet? It's no, never, but I'm done with the pre-yapping. Now we're going into the main yapping. All right, the main yapping for today is I said so in the thumbnail. It's like 2 hours of philosophical yapping. What did I say in the title? The Philosopher VTuber talks a normal amount. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking a normal amount today, and I'm going to be very calm and collected about it, okay? Which means this is going to be a rant stream where I complain about everything that exists, because one of the criteria for being a philosopher is actually just being angry at the world. You just have to shake your fist at the sky and go, oh, fuck all this shit. Like you have to do that. And if you don't do that, like, are you even a philosopher? Are you even a philosopher? Are you even, maybe you've engaged in philosophy and in philosophical text, but until you do that, until you're like grumpy and old and you feel like you're 60, even though you're maybe younger than that, until you do that, I don't think you're not really a philosopher. So I'm going to do exactly that today, and you can discuss with me, and Parrot will be here to transcribe everything you say. If it sounds like I'm repeating myself, it's because I am, and I do that a lot. Anyways,
are you in your 60s?
Am I in my 60s? Not answering that question, not doxing myself. Haha, got him. So I've prepared a few prompts to show everyone that this yapping isn't completely mindless, and also to help potential clippers to help identify which parts there are, because it's so like these streams are so long and drawn and like, oh my god, this guy talks so much, when does he get to the next point, right? So these prompts up in my head will help better identify which parts I'm talking for, what I am talking about. And so the first prompt here is outline a university graduation speech. So I got this question from Eddie H 2 streams ago or 3 streams ago, and I didn't see it because, and the only reason I know that it was from like a few streams ago is because I was rewatching my streams, the VODs of them, to try to figure out what went horribly wrong with all of them, and I think I figured them out by now. By the way, just a side note, sorry for yesterday's stream. I didn't know the audio cut out like that. I was experimenting with audio settings, and my noise gate setting was like worse than it is.
60-year-old proof.
This is not proof that I'm 60, guys, please. Yeah, so the VOD yesterday is kind of rough to go through, and the stream was pretty rough to go through because my voice would keep cutting off. Tell me if it's doing that now, by the way. My voice would keep cutting off when I'm talking, like just at like the edge of some words that I would pronounce less or announce whatever, right? You get the idea. It would just cut off in the middle of the sentence, and it would sound kind of hard and like weird and hard to listen to. So please don't watch yesterday's VOD. It's oh boy, it's a whole thing to deal with. If you want to know what happened in Tears of the Kingdom.
But YST, me was too sleepy.
Okay, good.
Hearing problems, further proof. Voice is fine now though.
Good to know the voice is fine now. I will ignore all the elderly comments being thrown my way. I'm very young and hip and cool with the kids. That's why I know the word yapping. Yapping is like a cool word people use now, right? Like, so I know that word. I'm young, like just you, all of you. Anyways, so this was a question asked a few streams ago that I just didn't see, so I've went back and I saw it, and I wanted to kind of just address it quite quickly. If I were to outline a speech, graduation speech for the university, what would it be? So I've had some experience doing graduation speeches before. I kind of know what the moves to make are, and what the time frame is, and what people expect from like a student and all that. But it also is quite dependent on the spirit of the school. And one of the things that university was like for me, okay, I'm not doxing myself 1 week into my debut. Okay, I'm not doing that. But
Bro flexing his academic success.
But flexing, I had very moderate success. I was like the most mid person to graduate. Okay, like but I graduated. But I did. You know, I worked hard to be mid. That's what I did. But anyways, if I were to give one, and I'm sure I wouldn't be invited to one because I just wasn't a stellar academic performer or anything, so they wouldn't give a two shits about my opinion. But like nonetheless, I am a very opinionated individual, so I would have liked to. I would have liked if they at least asked me. They didn't. But I would have liked
when you're mentioning 60-year-old history.
I'm not self-reporting. Okay, I'm not. But but if I were to give a graduation speech, it would have to kind of pertain to the culture and the environment of the kind of the university I went through this. And frankly speaking, it just felt like a mess. And it was let's just say there were certain world events that you know made it so that like there wasn't much going on. You ever had a Zoom class? Yeah. But so it would be difficult for me to give a speech because I just don't know anyone or everyone, and like the other thing is like the philosophy program was fucking god-awful bullshit trash. It's horrible, and I can say this because I'm not gonna name the name, I'm not gonna try to dox myself, not gonna do anything, but like it was horrible, and I hate it, and it was a mess, and it didn't give me anything useful except maybe the degree. You know, maybe the degree was
Bro
kind
is
of useful.
trying so hard not to self-report while Loki self-reporting.
Please, I don't want to self. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, no details. It was just bad. Okay, but if I were to outline a speech, what I would do is probably try to I would try to give double, like, backhanded compliments is what I would fill this with. I would kind of go like, oh, this place is great, but then I would like kind of slip under it implicitly, like it's horrible, and if you were to go here, you will not get anything or maybe I would say something like, oh, the institute is wonderful and it is amazing, and if you come here, the degree is going to be very valuable. And then like implicit in that is the idea that the degree is the most useful thing you can get out of this, because everything else is fucking god awful garbage, right? Okay, like that's something like that. So that is how I would outline graduation speech, because I had a horrible experience and I didn't like it, and I didn't like anyone, I didn't like anything, as I am now, because if I liked things and was happy, I wouldn't be a philosopher now, would I? Right? Exactly.
Is that the reason why you want to focus on education?
Is that the reason I want to focus on education? Partly. I think there's a somewhat of a motivation.
I was busy scrubbing my toes.
You didn't miss anything. Congratulations on good luck. What do great. I hope the toe scrubbing was good. Okay. Okay, that was the first question that I caught that I didn't answer. The second one was how do I know if
Thanks, I learned I have a mole on my feet. Fun fact.
Wonderful. Thought is, I did not want to conjure that image in my head, but here we are. Okay, second prompt. Okay, I know it's hard to see, but you're gonna have to deal with it with me because I have no talent and I can't compose a scene, and I don't have any artistic talent and merit. I can't do graphic design. Okay, you're just gonna have to deal with Times New Roman on, you know, just on this thing.
YRS old.
I'm not 60, okay? I am an ambiguous age because time works differently in my realm. And I know every VTuber says that because they all have, just like me, you know, everyone has a Chuny, has a Chuny like lore background.
9 more years to go.
That's like, I am actually a secret powerful wizard in disguise, and it's like it reminds you of like the like worst weeb cons, okay? And I am one of them. I get it. Okay, I am one of them. But it's different, okay? But I swear my concept's original, okay? It's not like everyone else. It's not just Chuny, okay? It's not just I'm 14 and this is deep. Please, okay? Sorry. But someone asked me again, I believe it was Zoro that asked me. Zoro.
I mean, you can be 60 YRS old and attend university during COVID with strangely young voice.
You could do that. That is possible.
So your thought is original.
Let's just say it's ambiguous, right? Okay. But so this was a question asked by Zoro like 2 streams ago or 1 stream ago, 2 streams ago, I think. How do I know if my thought is original? I think this was during the meaning of live stream, and he asked this, and I didn't see it, so I went back and I saw to rewatch the and I saw it. I caught the question this time. I don't know if that was original. That is a good question. Because until you formulate, you can't just have the thought, right? You have to have the thought, and then it has to, like, you have to formulate enough words to properly express the thought, and then you have to like communicate it with other people, and then you have to communicate it with so many people that like while also doing your own research into the whole history of thoughts that have been recorded in general, just everywhere, right? And like you have, like, while you're doing that, you still don't know if the thought is original, and maybe it isn't, and maybe someone else who's just is a very fringe like person in some academic corner and circle had that thought that you just didn't know, and you're just passing along your friends like it's a new genuine thought. How do you know? How the hell do you know if your thought is original? My answer to this is you should not try to care. And what I mean is, hold on. What I mean is, it actually doesn't matter that much if your thought is original. Here's why. Okay, here's why. Here's the cruel reality that we live in. Okay, or you live in, whatever. You don't have to be the first to do something. You just have to be the first person that people notice doing that thing. Okay, so
well, even if it's not original, what is important if it's relevant?
Yeah, so yeah, what is important is that it's relevant. Another good point, right? But so this goes back to I can kind of share my my experience as 1 week into existence as catastrophic is like, I was looking long and hard for years, and this was before catastrophic. This is before all that. I was like, okay, I wish there was one VTuber who was like a Philosopher VTuber, you know, like someone who I can just point at and go like, they're just like me for real, like the screen, like with Denji, like, you know, like clapping his hands on like the TV screen or whatever. Like, I wish like that was me, like that. I wanted that to be me so badly. I wanted to find like a Philosopher VTuber who would just complain and rant about things, and I'm like, yes, I get it. But that never happened. That never happened in like 3 years. And I was like, okay, but there's no way it didn't happen, and maybe it's just I didn't see it, right? So I gotta just like look hard. Maybe it's out there and I just can't find it, and I've been like constantly desperately trying to look for it, and I just couldn't find anything like that. I just couldn't. So I was like, fuck it, I don't care if someone else had this idea.
VTuber FR.
For real, yes, 100% facts. But I was like so obsessed with like wanting to find this, and then I just couldn't, you know, for years and years and years I just couldn't, ever since the boom of the VTuber industry, right? And so I decided, okay, fuck it, I don't know if it's original. This idea may have been thought of by someone else and may have been tried to be executed by someone else, and then they unlisted it or whatever because it didn't work out or whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna come out here and say it's my idea. You know, I'm just gonna say this is my original concept. I am the first and last Philosopher VTuber. No one is like me. I fucking dare you to find someone like me. I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna position myself so that like if there was someone, they would be forced to come out and tell me I'm not original.
Word for word, it's all free real estate.
It's all free real estate if you don't copy word for word. Yeah, kind of. I think it sort of is.
Is he okay?
I'm completely fine. But I was like, okay, so what I'm gonna do, and this is more to test if my thought original, because I wrestled with it. I was like, okay, someone has to have thought of being of like a Philosopher VTuber. Someone had to have done that, right? I can't be the first person to have thought of this for years and years and years. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go out and try my best to, you know, expand and have an outreach and whatever, and just I'll just tell everyone this is original. All right, this is me. I did this. I came up with this goddamn idea, and it was me, Barry. It was me. And so if anyone,
all right, let's go, Chad. Time to copy chairman and his success.
Oh God, there's no success to copy. All right, this is it. We've peaked, and it's gonna plateau from here. But or maybe even go downhill, right? But my thought was like, okay, if someone had this idea and they were doing it, they would have to confront me. You know, they would have, like, because I'm going out saying like, I am the only person doing this. No one's ever done this ever. No one's ever done this. I am the only one. And I go, you know, I scream angrily and I wave my fist at the clouds for. so that if someone were to have this idea, they'd have to come out and confront me. You know, they'd have to come and say, okay, well, actually, you know, your thoughts were not very original because I had actually done this 2 years ago, and you know, like maybe I didn't see that. But you know what else matters when your thought is original or not? It's how much success you have. So I want to make it so that not only does everyone know I'm, you know, that I'm gonna stake my flag and claim this thing is my, like, you know, this is the thing I have. It's at least one original conception of a thing. But also, if anyone did it first, I'm gonna do it better. Okay, you heard it. If anyone did this first, if anyone did this before me, and I am not the first, if I am not the first philosophy VTuber, you know, if I am not the first one, I'm gonna be the best. Do you hear me bumping my table? I'm sorry, I'm like very riled up by this. Sorry. I didn't know. Okay. Stop. I would I didn't know you guys would hear me like. Okay, calm down. Calm and collected edition. Okay, I am a calm and collected and sagely and wise philosopher. Okay, but
old man will claim the land of philosophy VTuber.
Yes, I will. But shit. What was it talking about?
This is giving British middle-aged man after 1 megapint draft beer.
I wish I had a beer with me right now. I could really use one. Yeah, okay, no, sorry. Could really use it like a Guinness, but but yeah, so the other thing is, how do you know if your thought is original? You don't have to. The thing is, you don't actually have to know if your thought is original. Your thought just needs to be the biggest one in the sphere that people are talking about. You know, you just have to beat everyone else. It just has to be better. It doesn't have to be the first, it has to be
VTuber,
better.
Then I will become the first debate bro VTuber. On that note, want to come on my podcast?
Oh, the first debate bro VTuber. No, dude. Okay, I'm sure there has to be one. Actually, I don't know. Maybe there isn't one. Maybe, yeah, maybe there is. Maybe there is a debate bro VTuber. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Regardless, no, I will die. I will not, maybe of cringe, but also I'll just die in general if I have to ever be on a debate bro like podcast, like
this
arguing
stream
about
is
stuff.
Sponsored by Guinness.
The stream is not sponsored by Guinness, but if they want to sponsor me, I'm just saying I'm not opposed to the idea. But then I probably would have to make it like 18 plus, right? I don't know. Would I have to? Like, I think I would have to. Like, how mature is everyone here? A child? If everyone here is a child, like, don't be a. Please grow up faster. If anyone here is underage right now, right? Please grow up faster, so I can be sponsored by Guinness without having to, like, you know, change any of my branding or whatever. Okay. Sorry. But that was the second question. So yeah, your thought doesn't need to be original. You just need to stamp so hard that you are, and to assert that you are the best one, and you just need to be the best one.
Out of context.
Don't clip anything out of context. Please give me the full please give me the full context of everything.
I am number 45 years old. What do I do about my back pain, MR chairman?
What do you do about back pain? No clue. Because I have never had back pain. I don't know what that's like, because I'm well, I don't know if I know what that's like, because maybe I am young, maybe I'm old. You don't know my age. I'm not doxable. Okay, I'm gonna start a poll because I want to ask you guys, do you want moral nihilism rant now or later? I want you guys to vote on when you want to hear the whole thing. The whole, you know, my BRB screen and my ending screen, that is like the premise of today's rant, right? Like that's the premise of the thing happening today. So I just wanted to know if you guys want to hear me rant about other things, because I've got like a whole list of other things to rant about. Or do you want me to hear about this first, like the thing you came to the channel for? Probably. I'm seeing an overwhelming amount of
oh dang, it's another anime VTuber. Not even human.
Another anime VTuber. It sucks, doesn't it?
Initially, I was uncertain whether the chairman can talk for 2 hours. Now I hears him yap, and I don't doubt his ability.
2 hours isn't like the word, like the minimum word count. It's the word limit.
The thumbnail was promising. I came for the stalling.
I'm sorry. I wish I was human too, but yeah, and the thumbnail is clickbait. Welcome to the channel, CVJ. Then everything about here is this is clickbait and ingenuine, and it's just it's the guise of a librarian.
I want to get my frustration out on some things, and you show promise.
You can do that, yes, but it seems that most of you guys want to hear the moral nihilism right now. So I'm going to do that now. And then afterwards, we can go through a list of things to rant about. And then if you have any suggestions, you can put them in as well. All right? Okay. But I'm going to hide this then. Okay. So when this is gone, it's just because I'm in the thumbnails. This is the thumbnail stream, right? Okay. 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 Let me read out. Hold on. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? No, I'm not going to do that. I might crash my OBS. Should I do it? Should I risk my OBS crashing? How many of you are there? There's like 8 people here. Is that enough? That's like too many, right? That's like too many people to like disappoint with the crash for. I'm just gonna, okay. I'm not gonna do it then. But can someone remind me what the thing was? No,
yes,
it's fine.
crash
Hold on.
your OBS.
I'm not gonna crash my OBS.
Risk it for the biscuit.
I can just hold on. I can just shit, where is it? No way.
It's a chairman's signature.
Okay. No, sorry. My bad. My apologies, everyone. This is going to be the moral nihilism rant and the declining, signature, the declining. What are the words? What are the words I used exactly? It's the rate of decline for intellectualism dooming society as a whole. Something like that. Okay, so let's begin. What the hell is moral nihilism / moral relativism? Well, if you remember paying attention to the last stream, there was a thing I talked about called a little something I mentioned called nihilism, and this is of course Friedrich Nietzsche's nihilism specifically. And and I mentioned how this was intimately connected with moral nihilism. Now, okay, there's no way this cannot be controversial, but nonetheless, I think it's important to talk about. So this is the part where if like years later,
I was paying attention last stream. That boat whacking was something.
Not the boat whacking stream, not that one. No, the Q&A stream, the Q&A stream. Okay, that one. That one was a stream where I was like, okay, there's such a thing as nihilism and it's annoying. And so what I did, or rather what I mentioned, was Nietzsche's type of his brand of nihilism specifically, as more of a diagnosis of the world. And inevitably, to talk about this, I have to talk about his, or maybe I have to relate it to a little bit of his whole actual framework of thought. But to sum it up,
we getting Akron lore crumbs. Let's go HSR fandom.
Akron lore crumbs. Yeah. But to sum it up, Nietzsche was actually okay. Parrot, I'm gonna need to shut you up for a moment. Okay. I'll read the comments though, but like he's not gonna read them out for me. Okay. You came into the stream to hear me say for 10 minutes, didn't you? Okay. Friedrich Nietzsche. Every time I pronounce his name, it's different. So at least like at some point it will work out, right? Was a very angry German philosopher guy with a mustache, and he would he would shake his fist at the sky, very like frustrating, like in a frustrated manner, kind of like me right now. And one of the things he got very angry about was religion. Okay, like he hated it. He was like, never. And he would, and inevitably, I know this is a controversial thing. Maybe this is not what you want to hear from a VTuber. It's too bad. It's too bad. You're in catastrophic channel right now, and this is what you're gonna get. Okay, it's been 1 week. It's been a week. Anyone who's here who's like knows what to expect. This is it. Okay. But he did not like religion. He hated religion, Christianity. I think his dad was born like a priest or something, right? Or like a pastor. And that just made him like hate going to Sunday school. He was like, I hate it. We have in silence. What about no more of that. No more of that. It's a dictatorship now. But he was very angry at these things, and so part of his philosophy was constructed in a way that revolves around the quote, God is dead and we have killed him. And what that means isn't that like, how do you kill God? God is an unkillable entity. God is God, right? Like you can't, that doesn't make any sense, Nietzsche. What do you mean? But what are you saying? So what he's saying is you cannot kill God if God was a real thing, but it's rather the revelation that God is not real, or because he was a very angry atheist. Okay, and I have no comment on this. This is just me presenting his views because I'm the Philosopher VTuber. It's only right if I present a philosopher's views in its entirety. And he was very angry at Christianity and religion and all that. And so part of his philosophy was to say, you know, people don't go to church anymore. I hate going to church. I don't want to do it. You know, I don't want to wake up every Sunday. I've got better things to do, is what he said, kind of. And he would basically, part of his philosophy, his diagnosis of the world, was people also shared this sentiment, you know, or they will at least. And they will not look upon God as a source of guidance and something to do. And, you know, the rest of his philosophy, that's the kind of like the nihilism part, is like people not going to believe in that anymore. And there's going to be nothing to believe in anymore, right? There is nothing, there's no external big entity, authority figure, whatever, to believe in anymore. So he posited that what we have to do is, you know, will ourselves into being and Ubermensch and all that, but that's a later, like, maybe that's a later Nietzschean stream. For now, we just need to focus on the fact that it's the collapse of moral structure, the collapse of religious structure. Because morality, what's good or not, what are the right things to do, what are the wrong things to do, has oftentimes historically been based on at least, you know, recent history and its Western history. Again, Western philosophy only. This is a very narrow scope field of the world, which a lot of Western philosophers don't seem to comprehend. But I hope I do. I hope I am communicating that this is, again, just a very narrow view of the world. That morality is often grounded in religion. It's often grounded in belief systems. It's often grounded in these kind of upper, higher authority figures. If don't do this, why? Because God said so. Don't do this, why? Because the scripture says so. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. And it's like, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. That's what moral is. That's what morality is. That's what's good. That's what's good. It's, you know, and what is evil is determined by the same thing. Now, if God dies, or rather, if we stop going to church, if we're like, you know, screw that, I don't want to hear about morality from, you know, this supposed authoritarian figure. Like, maybe you hate Yahweh, and I love Yahweh, so, like, screw you, I want to consume my Yahweh in peace, you know? Like, there is a sentiment there that resonates with people, especially among the anime VTuber community, so I hope it's not too far detached from this, right? Like you know, we like to there are certain things I assume that maybe are a little heretical, you know. Before my channel gets deleted for controversy 1 week into existence, right? But so then, you know, we're kind of revolting. We slowly were like, no, screw that. These aren't the rules, because these rules are insufficient, and we don't like them. They're not inclusive for whatever reason, right? We don't like these rules. And then society fractures, right? We don't have a strict set of governing rules anymore, at least religiously, to say what's right and what's wrong. We have certain rules that work adjacent to this called laws, which, you know, is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But no, it's not. It's like, it's great. It's very important for society. I would never break a law. I'm a law-abiding citizen, right? But laws exist kind of like adjacently. They're kind of like, okay, don't do this. Don't do this, okay? Like, there's other things maybe you shouldn't do that's kind of like, you know, don't go on like the wrong side of the escalator. You know, maybe that's like a thing that you shouldn't do, but it's not like that big of a deal. It is what it is. So we're not going to put it in the law books. But the law is like, don't kill anyone. That's kind of bad, okay? Like, you know, yeah, there's maybe some exceptions, whatever. We're going to have to detail that in like 17 different articles after that. But the, you know, the basic idea is like, we can all agree is really bad. Let's not do that, right? And then we put it into the law books, and then there's like more laws that come out of it, and then we put the really, really bad stuff, and then corporate corruption runs deep into it, and then it fucks it over. But whatever, you know, that's a different conversation. Law exists here, ambiguity of time too. No, it doesn't, but it exists in your time, and I observe your time a lot. And let's just say piracy's cool. Okay, I'm not saying that. No, I didn't say that. Please be law-abiding citizens. I didn't say that. Sorry. So moral nihilism, right? This kind of escalates, or rather, it snowballs into this idea that there is no morality, right? We've destroyed it, because one of the key points of maybe not morality, maybe you could say ethics, because there's like sort of a difference semantically, but again, how semantic are we going to be in like an 8 viewer like VTuber stream, right? We're not going to get that semantic. Okay, it's not going to happen. But is it really ethics if no one else is following it, right? You know, like, if no one agrees with you on what's good or bad, then what makes it good or bad? Like, there has to be some level of, like, you know, we kind of should have a common consensus of what is good and bad, right? We probably should. The difficulty in trying to establish this is then if you try to have a consensus on, okay, let's all agree that some things are bad, some things are good, you end up creating a religion or like a cult or just something like that. Karis Kantian, oh no. Kantian ethics, my bane. Okay, it's actually Kantian ethics is actually pretty good, but like, okay. So what has happened in philosophy, right? Especially not just like around religion, but like just kind of before that, it's surrounding nihilism, but it carries on to this day, right? Is there are various philosophers, and if you go to an ethics class, that's probably the case, right? You're going to be introduced to like 5 thinkers or something, and they all have different opinions on like what is right and wrong and how we can determine that, and they're gonna have the word, the phrase, the adjunct. I don't know what, I don't do English. Okay, it's like the thing at the end of the word that's like an ism. It's gonna be it's gonna be an ism. It's going to be utilitarianism. It's going to be Kantianism. It's going to be like, you know, virtue ethics. It's going to be something like that, right? And your class is going to feature like 7 thinkers, like 7 lines of thought, and like 6 of them are going to be men, okay? And like 3 of them are going to be like white, okay? Like that, okay, this is Western philosophy. This is what that is. What is Kara's mother language? I'm trying to think if I want to answer this question, because it's like, I might dox myself and answer the question. English. English is my mother tongue, but I learned it in a way that is unconventional, so it's weird. Yeah, Yaplish. There we go. Thank you, Fruitles. That is the answer actually to the question. My mother tone is yapping. No. It's a good question. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. I will accept any questions. I think any question is good. Whether or not I want to answer them is just dependent on what I want to do with it, right? But nonetheless, great question. Thank you for being here. This is your first time here, isn't it? So welcome to the stream. Sorry. Okay, back to the yap again, yo. Moral nihilism. So you're gonna go to like an ethics class, and they're gonna present, here's what people thought was good, and here's how they determined it, and then at the end of it, you're gonna write an essay, like a paper on like which one deals with which scenario is better than the other, or you're gonna like compare 2 of them and then see what happens when virtue, like ethicist gets scammed by someone in the streets or whatever. That's like a thought experiment, or I forgot, dude, whatever. Or like, you know, the trolley problem. Whoa, what happens if there's a train barreling down a set of tracks, all right, and there's on one side of the road, on one side of the tracks there's like 5 people tied, and then on the other side of the road there's like 1 person tied there, right? And the trolley is barreling towards the 5 people, and you are at the switch. If you push the switch, push the fat, yeah, exactly, right? Or you push the fat man, whatever. They bring like a bunch of variations of this, and it's like fun. It's like a cool like little puzzle. It's fun to do. That's actually something I want to stream. Maybe spoilers for next week. I might be streaming like Trolley Problem Inc. There's like a little indie game that's based on the trolley problem, and I think it's kind of funny. And I want to make fun of the like ethics. No, I'm not gonna do that. But like that might be something I stream next week. Anyways. Yeah, so it's like it's barreling down the track, and it's headed to 5 feet. Yeah, multi-track drifting, right? It's headed out to 5 people. I'm seeing less votes for the nihilism rant now than it was like 10 minutes ago, and that's kind of funny because I'm already like Jesus, I'm like 20 minutes into this. I haven't even gone to the main point yet. Okay. Sorry. To finish my thought on the trolley problem, it's either gonna go head to 5 people, and it's gonna like crush them and destroy them, or you have to pull the switch and head to 1 person, you know, and it kills 1 person instead of 5 people. Should you pull the switch or not? And then, like, you know, depending, oh well, what does the utilitarian say? What does the Kantian say? Whoa, you know, let's compare and contrast. And the problem with it, okay, it's not a problem. It's interesting and it's good education. It's good. It's good. But one of the things that's come out of this is the sense of moral relativism, moral nihilism, or just like a relativism in general. And what that means is like, you know what? Let's agree to disagree. You can think what you want to think, and I'll think what I want to think. And in theory, that's okay. You know, in theory, we're like, yeah, okay, it's my business, your business, your business. Well, what if the other person is really fucked up? What if they're doing some horrible shit, and I gotta say that they're doing some horrible shit, but to them it's not horrible shit, but to me it is? You know, what if the other person was like playing Genshin Impact? What if What if the other person, right? And this is maybe a deep cut, right? What if the other person was like, hey guys, I found this new site called CSGO Lotto, and this is such a cool gambling website. I shouldn't say that word. Maybe I'm gonna get demonetized to say that word. This is like a fun IRL gotcha website where you put your IRL Mora into, and then you might have a chance to get more IRL Mora back. And it's like done through like Counter-Strike skins, so it's totally legit and not morally weird at all that happens. And you know, like, yeah, I found this new site, it's really cool, guys. And he's like the guy who like made the website, so he's like has the weights rigged, and he's trying to get like children into doing it. And it's like because his audience is like composed of like children mainly. Like what if the other person was that, you know? Can I not say that's fucked up? And you know, in a certain sense, yes, you can say legally that's fucked up because there's laws, and legal laws we all abide to because we, you know, we live in this society and we choose to, right? So we all kind of have to like live by the rules of these rules specifically. But if that wasn't legal, you know, if it was just not quite legal but still kind of morally weird, how can I tell you that that's fucked up if we have this implicit thing going on that's like, let's agree to disagree, you have your worldview, I have my worldview, and you have moral whatever. And what this results in is like this sense of moral nihilism that's kind of just like, fuck it, you know, everyone's just doing what they want, nothing matters, there's no word, there's no value, there's no right or wrong, it is what it is. The only thing that's good at the end of the day is making money, you know, if it's profitable, it's good. At the end of the day, that's why we can have pride flags on all the on company accounts in like June of like in like this month, but they go away at the 1st of July. It's like we snap the gay peoples out of existence after that, right? We just do that immediately. And more importantly than that, the pride flags on the profile pictures of the companies is only going to exist for this month, and only in select countries where it's profitable to be gay. If it's not profitable to be gay, we're not gonna do that, okay? Like, you know, it's literally this moral sense, the sense of moralism, and with that we look upon the world and we're like, well, fuck it, nothing matters anymore, I just do what I want, you know, nothing's good, if it doesn't make me feel too bad, why the fuck does it matter, you know, whatever, right? That is moralism. And the reason why that's bad, and one of the reasons why that's bad, is because a lot of people, especially people who don't do philosophy, right, and even people who do philosophy, like even at a beginner intermediate level, will come to realize that, like, well, fuck it, well, that means whatever then. And it's like, and then it's the collapse of these values, you know. No one stands for anything really anymore. We all stand for anything brackets, it has to be profitable, okay? If it's not sponsorable content, I don't stand for it, or rather I'm gonna stand for it quietly or whatever, right? Like, and it's difficult, and again, this comes out of a place of like, I lost enough connection for a second, and when I come back, I'm hearing making profit by being gay. I'm ranting, I'm sorry, it's all over the place. Yeah, it's like free market gay. Free market gay is okay, but if it's not free market gay, it's not okay, right? But the problem is we all need money to live and not die, and so you kind of have to do certain things to be in it. And I understand, and I don't want to fault anyone, any like individual, for having to, you know, bow down to the free market. It is what it is. It is what it is. I get it. I'm gonna shill, dude. You guys, you have no idea. The moment I hit like 500 subscribers is when I can start monetizing like this channel or something. This isn't really a call to action. Oh, get more subscribers. That's not really my thing. I hate calls to action. Oh my god, I'm gonna complain about that later. Let me write this down. Call to action, like, subscribe. Okay, I wrote that down. Okay, that's something to complain about later. But anyways, shit, what was I saying? Yeah, like when I can monetize and when I can be a grifter, like when I can get a sponsorship, okay, and it's for like Raid Shadow Legends, I'm gonna do it, okay? You guys need to understand. I hope my core audience will understand, like watch the video, but like just like skip like the sponsor bit, right? You don't like look in the future. I hope I can get sponsored, and I hope when I get sponsored, I hope all of y'all, okay, don't clip this because I might not get sponsored if you clip this, maybe. Okay, anyway, but like I'm gonna say this quietly then. Okay, I hope I can get to a point where I can get sponsored one day, and then when I do, I hope that you guys kind of all have it. Don't say it out loud, right? But like have like an implicit understanding just between you and I, right? Just skip this. Come on, just skip it. Don't waste your time looking at ads. Ads are horrible. I'm gonna complain about them later. But like eventually when I can, like, if not really when, it's more like if, because you know it's not really gonna happen. But like if I'm gonna get a sponsorship, please have this kind of like implicit understanding between like you and I that I don't really want you to watch it. I think it's going to be a waste of time. Just like go, unless you just actually really care about that thing, right? And in that case, you know, go for it. But don't feel obligated to do. Anyways. Play read channels without the sponsor. It's funny. If that is like content that people will watch, I think I'll do that. Yeah. But anyways, so I'm not gonna fault anyone for like, you know, sponsorships or grifting for, you know, for doing things that make them like that bag. I'll do it too. All right. I'm not like, you know, trying to throw rocks from my glass house. I want to do that too. That would be great if I could do that. I would love doing that. But what I am saying is like, this has been the primary like indicator, motivator, whatever thing that we kind of abide by. The rules, the rules qua laws, right? Like it's laws are the main thing, but then also like these subset of rules of what's okay and morally fine is done through like, you know, it's free market logic. And the annoying part of that is like, that's so hard to keep up with already. But if I then have to like develop my own moral compass, like that's so much more difficult. Like I have to go out of my way to do all this research and to like have a basic understanding of the philosophy of ethics and morality of like all of this. And and this isn't just me, right? It's not just that moralists or moral philosophers have to be like morally like good, right? And studies have shown that moral philosophers are actually like less morally like they're like worse people because they know what lines to skirt. But anyways, like it's not just moral philosophers, right? Everyone has to be moral like and ethical in society. Everyone has to do that. So but you can't expect everyone to have the time to dig through like books on virtue ethics and whatnot and figure out what's right for this situation in contemporary society and what's right for their lives and what works and, you know, what will help mend everyone together. You should look for a Genshin sponsor on your Tears of the Kingdom stream. That would be a dream. I could retire the channel if I can get Genshin to sponsor me to play Tears of the Kingdom. That would be so funny. I would love, and I would just only talk, if you hear the audio, like other minus the game noise, you would think it's a Genshin stream, but it's actually like a Tears of the Kingdom stream. That'd be great. That'd be a goal. But no. But that's probably not gonna, but I wish. But yeah, so moral nihilism, and so that's what happens, right? We're all just kind of like, well, fuck it, there's no morals anymore, or whatever. And it's like, even if there are, what the hell am I gonna do beyond what's intuitive to me? And the problem with what's intuitive to you is you come from very specific societal upbringings and contexts, so you cannot just assume that where you grew up and how you grew up is like the paragon of morality, because maybe your parents might have engaged with or approved of silently some fucked up things, you know, maybe. And you don't know that because you're a kid and you just kind of grow up and you're like, well, this is it, right? This is what it is. And I have nothing but sympathy for people like that, because it's all of us. That all of us are like that. We all grow and have upbringings and contexts and all that, right? And this is a rant for later. The phantasm rant is for later. Sorry. Let me get to the point. What this has done is it's inadvertently is it has led to the downfall of intellectualism. Like intellectualism is now just like incredibly unattractive. Okay, like someone, how many of you here? There's like 9 people here, right? Like you 9 are like probably like very difficult and strange exceptions to being here and wanting to hear this yapping, because I guarantee you most people who use the internet and use YouTube will see a stream by a yap stream by a philosopher and will not want to click on it because it's like, this is too much, you know, fuck. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. This is get that out of here. I want to appeal to my short form brain, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with trying to be comfortable with short form content, and like, you know, that is not inherently the problem. The problem is it has inadvertently led to the downfall of intellectualism, because no longer do we look upon people who are smart and go, yeah, this guy's smart, I should like listen to them. We want to look upon people who are funny and spend our time with people who are funny. You know, when we watch YouTube, you don't want to watch an intelligent person. Okay, like when you boot up, you've had to suffer through your like 9 to 5 or your like 8 to 5 or your school or your class or whatever, right? You had to suffer through so much bullshit already. You just want to go back home and you just want to kick back and relax. You just want to put something fun and entertaining, you know, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I know, I get it, because me too, all right? I understand. But like, if you do that, you're not going to look for what's intellectual. You're not, unless like the intellectualism in it is somewhat entertaining, and we can get to that later, right? Into like grifters and, you know, all that. But you want to like hear, you want to You want to be entertained, you know, this is your entertainment because this is all you have in your life. You do this for like 2 hours and then you go to sleep and you wake up and the cycle goes over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. This is life. This is the life you're gonna have to live, and you just can't even bear to think of that. Okay, I get it. I understand. And so you at least want your content, the content you watch, to be kind of distracting, you know, to be kind of entertaining. And as such, you don't want to spend your time like listening to someone who knows what they're talking about. You want to spend your time listening to someone who maybe who likely doesn't know what they're talking about, but is kind of funny and charismatic with that. And again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But the problem lies here. Okay, well, the problem lies everywhere. Sorry. The problem is just kind of everywhere. There's like so many problems everywhere that like it's all over the place and it's a mess and life sucks, right? But because we don't want to watch stuff that's like that intellectual, and more importantly, we want to be like comfortable, right? We don't want to be uncomfortable. So even if we watch something that's intellectual, it's probably not. It's probably like pseudo intellectual, like you know, like Andrew Tate, right? Like you know, like if we're gonna watch something pseudo, that's like always like it seems like it's making sense, but it's actually not. And more importantly, it's supposed to make us feel comfortable about our lives, and you know, and make us feel a little better about ourselves and the absolute state of the world. And we don't actually want to be challenged. We don't want anything to be truly thought-provoking because that requires effort and work, and effort and work is difficult. Fuck that! I've had enough effort and work already at the like goddamn like job. Or not, you know, in this economy, what am I returning to? Not like, okay, sorry. The point is, this has caused this like vacancy in intellectualism represented in the entertainment sphere, and the problem with that is manyfold. It's like tenfold. There's a lot, but one of the biggest deals with that is then you have false intellectuals come out where like they kind of sound smart, but they're not, you know, like kind of like me, right? Like except I would like to think I'm a little better than them, but there's people who would come out and say that they know what they're talking about. They're gonna like angle, they're gonna pretend like they understand your struggle and here's the intellectual solution to it, whatnot, and then it leads down a pipeline of weird bigotry, you know, like, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, this isn't about me anymore. This is just what? And then you go into grifters. Oh, sorry, I'll complain about grifters later. That's like a topic I wrote down that I wanted to complain later because I knew I would spend too much time talking about it here. Sorry, moving on. Downfall of intellectualism. All the intellectuals are just not very like intellectual. That's the result. The result is all the smart people, or not all, okay, not all. There are actually really good smart people like that are fun to watch too, but like there's a lot that aren't, that pretend to be, and they're idiots, okay? They're complete fools, and only you can tell because you're the one watching it, right? Only you can tell. No one can go around telling you who's smart and who is actually, who knows what the fuck they're talking about, who doesn't, okay? I can't tell you that, at least not exhaustively, because I can't watch every person, right? Like what I hope is like you cannot assume with like the ability to identify it, but you probably couldn't, because this is a very difficult skill that takes like a lot of time to like cultivate, right? So okay, completely get it. It's fine. Now, the downfall of intellectualism as a result of this, in my humble opinion, is part of what contributes to the dooming of society. You know, it is what it is. It's so Jover because everything we're doing and talking about is like not like people who are given the loudest microphones and the biggest spotlights are the people who should not have them. You know, they're just like the average person, and they're funny and relatable, entertaining, and it's nice to see them in our entertainment channels. But if all we have in life if all the time we have in life is for entertainment, like outside of our, you know, work and class and whatnot, then we're not going to have time to actually be intellectually stimulated. Now you may wonder, well, that's what school's for, right? You go to school to be intellectually stimulated. I'll tell you now, no, the market, the pedagogy does not agree with you. You do not go to school to be intellectually stimulated. They may trick you into thinking that's what it's for. No, but the ultimate goal is to go get a degree. Because if you get a degree, right? Like, if you don't get, who here right now, I guarantee you it's literally nobody, because I wouldn't do it, right? If you could go to school and you have to pay money for this shit, like for whatever goddamn reason, and like you don't get that degree at the end, you get, you know, they will teach you things, but you won't get a degree. You won't get any certification. You won't get any qualification. You wouldn't fucking do it. It'd be a goddamn waste of time. You shouldn't do it. It'd be a goddamn waste of time. It'd be a complete waste of time. You wouldn't want to do it. So, you know, that's not what schools are for. Schools are not for that anymore. Schools are for... That's so real. Give this guy a louder microphone. No, please. This is enough. Like 10 people here is like too much. Everyone, like more than that. And I'm gonna I hope, and if I overestimate myself and do my job right, there's gonna be more people like who are old, who suddenly age 60 years and like they're angry and they're shaking their fists at the sky going like, everything is bad. Because that's me, right? But that's my job. That's not what you guys should be doing. What is it talking about? Downfall of intellectualism. Yeah, that is the downfall of intellectualism. It's bad, you know. It's not sexy being intelligent. It's not. Like, it's not. Okay, it's not. We no longer as a society agree when we look at like someone who's quite well-spoken and well-mannered and intelligent and offers good, interesting discussion points. We don't look at them and go, wow, what a person. Wow, I want to see more of this. We just go like, this is kind of cool, like, you know, at most. Or we just shut our brains off because we're like, nah, this is too much. I don't want to hear it. What if I find that sexy? Well, then you are weird. You're fucking weird, okay? You are. All right? So am I. But, you know, you're weird. That's just not normal. That's just not normal. Intellectualism is not attractive unless it's combined with other attractive traits like charisma or something. Like Riz. Like, you know, okay. Guys, did you know that Riz is short for charisma? Charisma balls. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go back to this series talking now. We're gonna go back to this series discussions. Okay. But that is, yeah. So this is the rant on moral nihilism and the downfall of intellectualism. Okay. The silence is so loud. Okay, but has anyone had any questions? I'm scrolling back to see them. Hold on. Yep. Okay, that's good. That makes sense. That makes sense. Everyone's kind of following, catching up. That's good. That's good. That's good. Sociology was meant to fix the civilization restructuring. No, pity they were too optimistic. It's kind of like a loaded question in some sense, because I don't think you can kind of argue from a sociological angle that it's meant to quote unquote fix restructuring. But then what does that even mean is like a heavily controversial topic in academic spheres, especially, but just in general, right? And pity they were too optimistic. I don't think that's quite the reason why. I think optimism is good, right? Again, hope is good. You need to be optimistic in a certain sense to hope that, like, to assert that things can get better. Because if you don't assert that things can get better all the time, you're gonna fall into the trap, the doomerism of like, well, things are never gonna get better. Screw this. I'm gonna do whatever I want, right? And that's bad. That is a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's bad. Quick recap of like the Wednesday stream, right? But the optimism itself isn't the issue, but rather the lack of engagement with it. But anyways, so if you have any questions about that, ask it now. About like more, this is the promised rant. Okay, it's not 2 hours because I have other things to rant about, but I tried to keep it short, and a lot of it is also kind of expressed through my Wednesday stream. So that's actually one of the only streams I would say I can confidently say is kind of worth watching the VOD for, because overall, other than the technical issues in like the first 20 minutes, it was kind of okay. And you can put it like 1.5 times speed or whatever, and like just be listening to it while you're jogging or whatever. I don't know, dude. But it's like, it's one of the better VODs. The Tears of the Kingdom VOD is not as good. Don't watch that one. Don't watch that one. That one has like pretty bad audio things, noise gating stuff. I'm gonna review this, and hopefully this should be fine too. But just in case, yeah, I've done more computer tinkering. Anyways. That's the rant. That's the rant for. Okay. Hold on. There's a question that I didn't goddamn see. I'm sorry. Where do you draw the line between moral nihilism and your view of how moral nihilism is ruining intellectual in today's age? The line between it and how it ruins intellectualism. I would say the nihilism bit of it is more what ruins the intellectualism, right? Because it's kind of the giving up on all values. You know, it's not about truth, it's not about good virtue, it's not about anything, it's about money, and let's get that bag. And money obviously is not a very honest endeavor sometimes. So like so in that sense, right, the title is clickbait. It's not that much connected. It's kind of two separate things that are in this whole big jumble of things. Technical issues in the Wednesday VOD. We'll check it. No, don't check the technical issues. Check watch the other things. But okay. So I've ranted enough about that, hopefully, right? I guess one more point to your question. The moral nihilism is part of what ruins intellectualism, because it's like, it's kind of the giving up. It's the whole giving up of it, the doomerism of it. Then the nihilism. The nihilism is the diagnosis, right? It's to say that this is happening. The doomerism is the psychological state that people kind of exist in, to think, well, fuck it, nothing matters. So these are kind of different. They're not exactly the same thing. One is a diagnosis of the state of the world, like it's as a macro sense, and one is like a sort of zoomed in microscopic, like what's going on in one's head sense. Although they are very intimately connected, of course. And that itself is the thing ruining intellectualism, because intellectualism, part of what intellectualism should be is it should be challenging. You should never be totally comfortable and nod your head and go, yes, agreed. To like anything that's truly intellectual, in that like you should be disagreeing with some of it and engaging yourself in your head. And you can come out of the disagreement agreeing at the end, or not, and maintain your disagreement. But your brain shouldn't be off, okay? You shouldn't shut the thing off and be like, yeah, this is good, okay? Because that is not what intellectualism. That's just parroting. That is just parroting. That you're doing what this thing does, like this thing. You're doing what he does, and you're just reading things and not processing them. That's not good. That's not thinking, okay? Now, enough about that rant. Let's go back to ranting about other topics. If anyone has any more questions about this, please ask me and I'll address them. But otherwise, I'm going to go through prompts that I've prepared to rant about. Okay, here it is. Here's the first thing I'm going to come back to since this. I disagree with everything you say, then my thinking is at peak. There you go, that's the way. Okay, that is contrarianism. That is being a contrarian, which is not good. Don't do that. But you get the gist. Anyways, here's one of the things I want to complain about today. That we're gonna resume in our complain train. Okay, we're just gonna do nothing. All we're doing in this live stream is complaining. So feel free to leave if you don't want to. If you've heard the moral nihilism rant, you don't want to hear anything else anymore. Fair enough. But I want to complain about ads. Okay, the internet is fucking unusable without like ad block. Like it's completely unusable. You cannot click on anything like on any site without being bombarded with like the new like an ad. Like it's horrible, and it makes me feel bad every time I have to use a computer that doesn't have ad block. I just can't believe it. Like sometimes I'll go on like other other computers from my fellow librarians, and they won't have ad block installed, and then they'll like scroll their webpage. I'm like, how do you do this? How can you be like, wait, no mic audio. Hello. Okay, it's good. Okay. Ads are insufferable, and I can't watch any of them. Like, I remember as a kid, I watched ads on TV all the time, and that cursed me. Like I will never get that time back. But also as a kid, I had so much time, so I had nothing else to spend it on except like remember TV ads. So it's like it's not that big deal. But like as an adult, I don't have time for this shit anymore. I don't have any time for advertisements. I don't. If anyone's gonna show me an ad and play it, I'm gonna do my best to just like, I would rather meditate in silence. I would rather like mute the thing and like put like cup my ears together, or like stick my fingers into my ears and close my eyes and go, I can't hear you. Like I would rather do that like than to watch a single ad on anything ever. And oh my god, they added this shit on Twitter, didn't they, recently? Oh my god, they added ads into like videos on Twitter from accounts you don't even follow. Like what? Like ads are already enough, but you put ads on posts on accounts that I don't follow that are promoted to me? No, fuck off. Sorry, I got very angry about that. But this is the anger stream, right? This is the common collected edition, yes. And I talk a normal amount about things. Ads are going, I'm gonna die. I'm going to die from ads. Like they're gonna, it makes my skin crawl every time I have to hear like a generic shitty like a probably underpaid actor recite like a line promoting the new product. I'm gonna end the poll now, by the way, because the thing is gone now. Okay, cool. Yeah, and it's like, I can't do this, man. I can't. And like, you know what's worse is like they're finding new ways to get around the ad blocking. Like there's now, I think I read somewhere that like YouTube is experimenting with like injecting ads or whatever into like videos and whatnot. So that's like client side or like server side or whatnot, basically to surpass the blocking of it. And dude, please don't do this to me. Please. Okay. On some level, I get it. You need to make money. So you gotta make it from advertisers, right? I don't disagree with or not understand. Okay, let me make this clear. I should have made this clear in the beginning. I understand the economics of advertising. Okay, I understand why they need to be there to fund certain things so they can be free for people, and it being free for someone is usually better than it not being free. You know, it's usually, if YouTube had a paywall, it would suck, right? So what happens? Well, we have ads, and if you want to get rid of ads, there's YouTube Premium, whatever. You can like pay the premium service to get rid of it. That makes sense to me, and I'm not dissing like the idea of a premium service. That's fine. It's just and this isn't like an ideological attack either. Like this isn't a philosophy of why ads are bad or whatever. I'm not ready for that, I think. But this is just a personal, like, I can't stand it type thing of ads. Like it's like things are unwatchable without ad block for me. I can't do it. And they're looking to like circumvent that, and that's gonna hurt me, you know. Like if you're gonna try to, them trying to circumvent like my psychological blocks for this promotion and advertising for your brand or your product. Oh my god, when do I rant about that? That's like the next thing I rant about. Okay, that's the next thing I rant about on my list. Okay, I'm gonna rant about, okay, yeah, ads are bad. And also one more thing I want to mention is like, there's like, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's like the experiment with like this like the kid with the school, like with the bag, with like the with the glowy like neon bag, where it's like an iPad screen on the bag. It's not a kid's bag, it's just some bag, right? And then like it's playing an advertisement on the backpack, and this person is like walking around with a backpack, and they're probably being compensated for it. Yeah, sure. But it's like, but that's like a thing that has been experimented with. And I don't know if it's a thing that to come out and overtake and, you know, be a widespread phenomenon. I don't know if that's the case. It might be, but like, yeah, it's so dystopian. But if it is, like, or even just the fact that it's being experimented with scares me. I don't want to ever see that. I don't want to ever see an ad on like a backpack, dude. I will, how am I gonna walk around and touch grass? How am I gonna do that? There's like no safety anymore. Are we heading to a Blade Runner world? Excellent goddamn question. Why? Because that's the thing I'm gonna rant about next. I'm gonna rant about the Apple Vision. I can't spell. And not specifically the, okay, maybe not. I don't want to get sued by Apple. VR goggles. Okay. I don't want to like, yeah, like eye tracking on ads. Yeah, to make sure you're like paying attention. Bruh, no, please. Okay, VR goggles rant. Here's the VR goggles rant, okay? I love the concept of it, and I wish I had enough library funding to afford a pair of VR goggles. I think there would be really fun content I could make with it. I think it'd be incredibly fun content I can make with VR goggles, and I would love to do that one day on stream. That's one of the goals. Maybe when I get monetized, I'll be able to kind of save up to get like VR goggles, and then you guys can, you know, watch a stream where I struggle on Beat Saber or whatever, right? I don't know, but like, but this is like the idea, right? The idea is like, I want to honestly, just kind of insane that cyberpunk dystopias might be too optimistic on the amount of, yeah, I know, right? Like, it's so weird that, dude, it's crazy. Okay, I'm changing this rant slightly a bit. Okay, unrealistic, I want to rant about this. Unrealistic dystopias. Sorry, I just real quick. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay, unrealistic dystopias. I want to talk about for a moment. Like dystopias are, you know, works of fiction, a genre of fiction in which an author writes a certain view of the world that is bad, that's like, you know, quite catastrophic, it's, you know, it's cataclysmic, and you're supposed to look at that and go, wow, that's horrible, let's hope that never happens in the real world, and it's kind of take away from it a valuable lesson and whatnot. You know, the prominent dystopias off the top of my head I can think of are like I don't know, Handmaid's Tale. That's a dystopia that I've been reminded of recently, right? So an unrealistic dystopia is when you look at a dystopia and you're like, this is so far removed from what is crazy, you know, from what is real. You know, there's no way this could happen in real life, right? Is what you would maybe think, until you realize, and here's the kicker, you're not actually reading like a fiction novel. You are reading a news article of like something that happened yesterday or like last week, where it's like this thing is not like, this is not fiction. This is real. This is like a news article of like, let's just say, you know, a recent example. Okay, let's just say something to do with airplane manufacturing. Okay. That's you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get no hot water yet. It's only been 1 week since debut. Don't clip this. Oh god, I hope people don't like go back to my old stuff and like dig it and resurface stuff. But like, it's almost comical how unrealistic it is as a dystopia, because you're reading it, you're like, dude, that's such a cliche trope, right? Like, what's like, that's ridiculous. This writing is horrible. This author doesn't know what they're doing. You know, this is unrealistic. This is not good content. You know, I can't even believe it. And then you realize it's not fiction. It's real. It's real. Things are so bad that I can look at things that are real and think for a second, because in my head it's not even processed, it's real. It's like, oh my god, what? Like, that's great. Like, that's so unrealistic. There's no way this could be real. It's real. Can't believe the librarian was found suicided via 28 stab wounds. So sad. 28 stab wounds. You didn't want to leave him. They want to give him a chance, did you? I forgot what he says. I love what's that game called? Detroit Become Human. Actually, I've thought about if I should play that on stream, but I don't know if my computer could like handle it. If it can, I might play Detroit Become Human on stream or something. I don't know. Maybe I will, and then I'll like critique it as I'm going through it. But anyways, like it's not the dystopian genre novel that I'm mad about. It's the fact that real life things are so absurd that I'm looking at it thinking it's like a poorly written dystopian novel, but it's actually just real. Like, what? How is this happening? How I cannot be the only one that thinks this. Someone out there has to think this, right? I'm not crazy. Maybe you all are also crazy with me. Okay, maybe we're crazy. Maybe all, how many of this? Like 7? Maybe all 7 of us right now are crazy. Maybe we're all just, you know, we're all just kind of fucked up, and we think that this is bad and the world is horrible and it's like it's all over the place. Maybe, and everyone else is like okay with it. Everyone else has accepted it. They're all like, yeah, whatever. This is just the way it is, right? I have no idea how you can do that. I am in shock. I am baffled. I am angry a little bit. I am frustrated. I'm disappointed. I am like, I feel helpless, and I am in anguish, and I am in tears of pain, and I don't even know if I'll be able to die happy in my lifetime. Like, I don't even know if I can like just die from natural causes of old age in my hospital bed, dude. I don't know if I have that privilege. How does anyone not see this? Anyway, sorry. Let me calm and collected edition. Okay. Angry a little bit, cares. Okay, sorry. Calm down. Okay. Unrealistic dystopias. They're nightmarish because they're real. That's what makes them so scary. Okay, next thing I'm talking about. Sorry, let's go back to the VR goggles. Okay, let's go back to VR goggles. Okay. VR goggles are so cool. I wish I had them. I wish I could do streams with them. They're so fun. They're amazing. They're so cool. There's been like new tech and new products come out that like are advanced in this, and I hope one day it gets super advanced that we can all have one. Like, because it's like the concept is just so cool to me. But I don't want this to replace real life, you know? Okay, I know no one asked for this too, but let me just give you all a very quick introduction to philosophical thought experiment. This is a thought experiment, I believe, by not by catastrophic, by Robert Nozick. Robert Nozick is an American philosopher, I believe. I think he's still alive now. He's pretty cool. He wrote some things, and one of the things he kind of like wrote that was kind of big for him, I believe, was his experience machine. Now, the premise of this experience machine thought experiment is like, if there was a machine that you could step into that is like, is kind of like the brain in the jar thing, you know, like remember the Cartesian doubt skepticism thing that happened on I talked about on Wednesday. It's like it's sort of a not continuation, but it's like something like similar to that. There's some overlap. You could step into an experience machine and like experience life perfectly, you know, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be like a utopia, right? Because you know, if it's a utopia, it's unrealistic. Actually all utopias are dystopias, you know. You can say actually cares you for more. That's the case, fair enough. But what I mean is like, there has to be some way to objectively improve the world experience you're living in now, right? Like there has to be. It could just be the same world, it's just as shitty, so it's realistic, but you have like 100,000 more in like disposable income, you know? Wouldn't that be an objectively like more enjoyable life experience for you? Like that's the only change. All else is the same. If the only change is you just have like $100,000 more in like disposable income, that'd be such a great world to live in, right? You would want to like live in that world. So that's like the experience machine. The experience machine isn't just about like the dream in heaven and Penacony, whatever, right? Like whatever utopia you want to call it. It can be that, but more importantly than that, the experience machine is whatever the hell alternative reality you want to live in, no matter how different or how similar it is to the current actual reality. It's fake, right? It's a constructed one in this machine. If you could step into a machine like this and when you step into it, not realize you're in this machine, would you do it? That's the question. You know what? I want to step into you know what? Let's do some let's farm some engagement. I'm going to start a poll. Okay. Would you step into the experience machine? I believe it's called that. If it's not, then you know, great. I can copyright free from Robert Nozick, right? I'm sure the very successful American philosopher Robert Nozick would come to the Philosopher VTuber stream and like shit on me. I'm sure he would. You know what? It'd be an honor if he did. But you know, here it is. Here's a poll. Unlimited bacon but no bacon type machine. Yeah, it's like if you've played HSR, it's kind of like Penacony. Just want to start like a quick poll to see like, would you step into a machine like that? Like jokes aside, genuinely. And the key is you would not know if you stepped inside this machine. Like the moment you step in, you just think this is just reality again. But then it's like objectively improved. You have like suddenly you just have $100,000 in disposable income, right? Or $1 million. Whatever the fuck, whatever you want, it could just be in a machine. Like, would you want that? How many people here? There's like 7 people. There's like 3 votes. Okay, that's good. That's like 4 votes. Okay, 50-50. That's interesting. 50-50? Oh, okay. Yeah. So would you want to step in a machine like that? You know, would you want to, you know, assume you will never have to know the hardships of reality? You can just have a good life. Would you want that? Sunday almost created paradise. He did. Rest in peace, Sunday. Well, not rest in peace, but you know what I mean. Good luck to all the Sunday mains is all I'll say. But really it will not fix what I'm going through. Will it though? Isn't that an excellent question to think about? Because you wouldn't, exactly, you wouldn't know. You would never know if it fixed. Because as far as you're concerned, it does fix what you're going through. What you're going through is just, you know, what's in your brain, and, you know, all the chemicals and whatnot. And like, as far as you're concerned, in your memory, in your head, it fixes all the problems. Like all, or maybe not all of them. It fixes like just enough so you're not suspicious that it's fake. You know, just enough that you're like, this is real. Okay, yeah, this could happen, but it's like a good outcome. I see no downside. I could be in a machine right now. True. There you go. Cartesian skepticism. Bam. +1 W for Descartes himself, even though his philosophy is not really liked by the philosophical academic community, understandably, because I don't think anyone seriously is a Cartesian, but the Matrix real. Yeah, it is kind of like the Matrix. It is. And I hate when people bring up the example of the Matrix, but they don't understand what the fuck they're talking about when they talk about the Matrix. It infuriates. That's something I hate. Maybe that's something to rant after this. No, I have too many. Maybe next rant stream. Yap Fest 2024 part 2. It'll do that. I'll rant about people who don't know what they're talking about things and pretend like they know what they're talking about. Okay. Like me, you know. But so the thing, okay, here's experience. I'll keep the vote up just in case anyone else wants to come in and seize this and vote, right? Because the experience machine is something you can kind of gather by Google search. VR goggles maybe head into that territory. Okay, let me explain. Right now, we know what a VR goggle is. We know we put it on and then we see the videos or whatever. There's like a wonderful video by someone, I forgot what his name is, but like he tried the Apple Vision goggles for like a week, and his brain got used to like ads, like his like apps being around his windows in his room or whatever, or like a certain place being like a location for like a game or whatever. And like when he took them off, it felt weird and unnatural, right? Something like that. This technology is only going to mature. This technology is only going to be better, and it's only going to be more prominent in everyone's lives. Why? Because it would just make it more convenient. Imagine if you could show up to work, like to office, without having to, you know, go through all the transportation costs and whatnot. And there would be no downside. Of course, we would start working at home from there, you know. And maybe there was a little bit of a beta test of working from home that happened due to certain recent events from a few years ago on Earth, right? You know, maybe just a random thought thrown out there, right? But VR goggles are headed very dangerously close to that reality, where the technology matures so much that you can do everything at the touch of your fingertips at home, like and whatnot, and like at the comfort of your room, including entertainment, socializing, going out to work, going to school, going to do jobs, whatever. We're not there yet. Maybe in 5 years we'll get there. Maybe in 10. I don't know when it will be. I'm not a technologist. If I was, my stream wouldn't crash every stream. But and you know, and you would be able to consistently see chat all the time. But if I was, I still wouldn't be able to predict it because it's just so wild right now, the development of this tech. Eventually, we're going not to be exactly like, it's not exactly going to be experience machine like, you know, the Nozick experience machine, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close enough that we can't tell the difference, or more importantly than that, our brains are very good, right? They're very good at tricking. We're very good at tricking ourselves, like where we almost feel uncomfortable without the goggles. We will one day. I swear to God, if nothing else ages well in this stream, and you know that might happen because it might be like I might get canceled or whatever, and I don't know, I might get demonetized before I even get monetized. But like, if nothing else ages well, I hope this ages well. This take, right? That eventually, or rather, this premonition, right? That in the very near future, it will actually be Ready Player One. Like we will actually be in Ready Player One, and there's gonna be cool things that come out of that. Like, I would be lying if I said I didn't want to be in a VR world of like any like fictional fantasy context I want. Like I would, okay. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be in like, if I didn't want Genshin VR, you know, like that would be very cool. Okay, like I'd be lying. I would be very dishonest if I said I didn't want that. I would want to be like in like VR Genshin. I would actually love that. That would be amazing. Like, yeah, D&D would be sick. You could play D&D with like in VR, and like stuff could just be like generated immediately very quickly, and you could have such an immersive like storytelling experience that's just like gone through your friends, and it would be such an amazing fun time. Like the ups of VR goggles like are gonna be so high. The highs of VR goggles are gonna be so high. They're gonna be so cool. I can't wait. I'm so hyped for this. But at the same time, it's gonna be so good for everything that we're never gonna want to leave it. We are never gonna want to leave it because of how good it is, and that's the problem. Or at least that's one of the big things that I worry about in this like a whole rant, right? This is the rant for the VR goggles. It's not that they're bad, it's that it's going to be so good that we're never going to want to leave it. And the worst part is we're going to have to buy these VR goggles from people like companies who host things, and then like I'm going to wake up every morning, and before I launch into the server where I go to do my like 9 to 5 desk job, if there ever is going to be one in this state of this economy, maybe not, right? Maybe I'll use my virtual money on virtual land or whatever the fuck. Whatever stupid bullshit they come up with like cryptocurrency, right? Oh my god, I can rant about that. Okay, I'm not gonna. Maybe next stream I'll rant about cryptocurrency. Sorry. So like VR goggles, right? VR goggles are so good and so attractive that that's the problem. I think that would be the problem. Please, I don't want to live in a Black Mirror machine. The thing is, it's not going to be like a snap and then you're there. It's going to be like a quick but gradual process of like, well, now you have to use the company assigned vision goggles. You have to, because that is the thing that increases the work productivity the most, and it will monitor all of your, it's very good at monitoring your productivity. It knows where your eyeballs are looking at. So if you're looking at, like, you know, Honkai Star Rail while you're in your day job, guess who will know? Fucking everybody. Well, not everybody, but like, you know, whoever hires you, right? Yeah, they'll know. Hell yeah, next stream we get getting yap about monkey pictures. We might just do that. But like that, you know, that's gonna happen. We're gonna have a fucking panopticon situation, and you're not gonna be able to say no because it's like company mandated, like or school mandated, right? It's gonna be school mandated. You show up, everyone's in these things, because it's kind of like how everyone needs a laptop now, right? And there's nothing wrong with laptops. And like, will you rent about Metaverse? Absolutely. And everyone needs a laptop now, and that's good. Laptops are good, and they help productivity and stuff and shit. And like. And the same way with like chat. Oh my god, I can write about that too. Okay, chat. Oh my, I've just I've delved into like 8 rant topics in the first rant topic. Sorry. Okay. I can also rant about ChatGPT and like kids using it, but I'll do that like later. Do I do that later? Or do I do it now? It's kind of connected. I'll do that now quickly. Like, laptops are mandated and ChatGPT is there and exists and it's for everyone. Like the free versions are like very widely accessible to most people, like most kids in school, so they're not going to think anymore. They have to ever come up with like an uncomfortable question or something that makes them feel like, oh, I gotta put my brain cells into this. Fuck that. I'm gonna go to the computer and what used to be I'm gonna Google it, which required some effort, I'm gonna ask chat, which will require no effort. And not only that, the chat answer is going to be written in a way that seems like it's a good answer, but it's actually a dog shit answer. Okay, it's actually the most milquetoast mundane dog shit horrible answer you can get, like as like an opinion piece or whatever. Is from like ChatGPT, because it's so milquetoast, so generic, it's mid. You know what ChatGPT is good at? ChatGPT is the greatest mid thing to ever exist, because the whole premise of the technology is like it scrapes together like what everyone thinks, right? And frankly speaking, some people are fucking stupid. A lot of people are fucking stupid, okay? Why should their opinion be scraped and put into this technology? This thing? Yeah, obviously it's gonna sort it, and there's algorithms to appeal to the truth, whatever. Yeah. Advanced algorithms, I don't give a shit, okay? There's gonna be dumbass fucking answers that you're gonna like take and incorporate into the ChatGPT answer, and I do not like that. Like, or either it's gonna be dumbass fucking takes, or it's gonna be like very passive, neutral, like non-opinionated takes. And the last thing we need is like safe opinions, okay? The last thing we need on earth is one more safe opinion. I don't want your safe opinions. If your opinion is safe, it doesn't matter, okay? If everyone agrees on it, you don't have to say it. I don't have to go around saying murder is bad, guys, every stream, because we all kind of know it's bad. Okay, I don't know how many things I'm gonna talk about on this stream. Maybe I'm gonna get demonetized. They're like, this stream might get restricted because I keep saying like keywords that might trigger like game ending yourself is like, it's something, it's like you can't talk. Okay, I'm stop. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop. ChatGPT is really good at making mid answers, and people are going to rely on that over and over again, and we're going to get a generation of people giving mid answers. And the last thing I need to see is more mid, okay? Take a look at the anime industry, okay? There's enough mid there for everyone. One season of the anime that comes out is like enough mid to feed all the children in the world, okay? There's so much mid in there, it's insane. All of it is so mid, okay? And if you don't like the word because you think it's a word that's lost its meaning and it's being reappropriated, you're completely right. And I'll be honest, I don't like the word either, but people use it, right? So it's kind of, I've adopted it into my vernacular. But the alternative word is mediocre. It's milquetoast, and that's what it is. It's like programming bias, like how if a mostly cis white male programmed the AR bot, it will present that bias, so chat is kind of like taking on to everyone's business. Exactly, kind of like that. It's kind of how like, oh, like there are certain AI bots that are racist or sexist or whatever, because of representation in the sample size and whatnot, and frankly a lack of critical thinking, right? Did you know they made human brain organs and are starting to try to use them with computers and AI already? The brains can see through little eyes they grew. That is horrifying. I didn't know that. Do you have a source for that? I don't mean like in like I'm not trying to debate you, but like where did you hear that from? That's interesting. I want to read more into that. More so the data it's trained on is the mid-step program doesn't affect it much of the data is very sensitive. Yeah, exactly. It's the man, sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes it's so sorry. VR goggles rant. To summarize my thoughts on the VR goggles, is we're heading into a dystopia in like 5 years where everyone has like company and school mandated VR goggles and whatnot. And the good news is, you can watch me stream like Beat Saber because they're going to be cheap enough that finally with my library funding, I can actually afford to get a pair. And the bad news is everything around you in society is going to collapse and we're all going to slowly dig our way into Ready Player One / the Robert Nozick's experience machine. Next thing to rant about. Branding. Okay, I put branding there. Okay, real quick. Branding. I don't think VR is going to get that crazy TBH until something big is developed for it. Yeah, I think so. I think we're still like waiting on that big like push for it, but it's happening. I think there's demand for it and there's going to be development for it because it's the new thing, you know? It's the new tech. It's the new thing that's going to happen. Right now, this is not the pipeline for so many companies. That could be true. I think that could be true. So, you know, I hope it ages poorly. I hope my take on that it will happen in the next 5 to 10 years. It ages poorly. I hope it will take longer than that. And by the time it happens, we'll be educated enough to understand what that is, right? It's been new for years though. Yeah, it could be. So it's just gonna make the privilege more privileged. Well, let's not get into that, but yeah. Okay, next thing to rant about, branding. I hate branding. When someone says the word branding or like metrics or like views or like, okay, you know what? Branding and like subscribe prompts. It's kind of like together. People called Brandon in chat are quaking in their boots. Shout out to the potential for one of these 6 people to be Brandon, or one of the people in the VOD to be Brandon. Shout out to you, Brandon. Branding and like subscribe prompts, because they're kind of like the same thing to me. I hate this shit. I don't want to have to deal with it, but I do, because I understand that there's some sort of growth and development. And branding is not like specifically for anything, for any like for any like specific company. It's more just like a general thing, and even like people have call to actions. Exactly, it's call to actions. Branding and call to actions, like, they piss me off so much. The moment I had to think, when I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Karasu for an hour, I'm gonna be a Philosopher VTuber, I'm gonna stream, and where's your call to action when you end stream? I hate that shit. I will never, the day I say like and subscribe, like unironically, or you see the, dude, you know what fucking pissed me off? You know what pissed me off? It's like when I'm watching a video and it's like perfectly fine and it's like a good video, and I'm like watching, I'm like, okay, it's good, and then they have like the shitty fucking like thumbnail thing, like asset that's like prompted in, that's like the quality of the animation is good, but you can tell it's corpo as fuck, right? And then it's like it shows up on screen and it's like, oh, and it's like a click, it's like almost a little subtle, it's almost subtle, it's not, it's like a click, it clicks on the subscribe button and then like the like button and then like the ring the bell icon and the fucking whatever else call to action. Fucking hate that shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Like, that pisses me off because it's like, I may have considered doing that. Comparative, you made it to this part of the video. No, please, no. Okay, no, actually, if you do it, it's okay, because I'm not doing it. I can just like, I'll make like, but it will actually still help me with my metrics. So yeah, you guys in chat, my mods, you guys can help me with my like my call to actions. I'm never gonna do it though, because like I could be watching like a video. I will dislike this video now, no worries, no please. But I'll be watching like a perfectly fine video or stream or whatever the fuck, like anything, like any type of content, and it's good. I'm like, I'm nodding along. This is good. Nice, it's funny, it's entertaining, it's good, right? You know, it doesn't have to be that serious. It's nice, it's fun. And then the fucking thing pops up and it boils my blood. My blood is boiling when I see that, because I'm like, okay, I may have considered liking your video. I might have considered subscribing. I might have considered even ringing the bell icon if I liked your content enough after watching a few of your things, right? I might have done that. But the moment you told me to do it, I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, and it's probably just me. Like, I think I'm crazy. Okay, this is normal, right? It might not be normal. It might be I might be crazy. I don't know. But the moment someone does that, it pisses me off, and I'm immediately like, I will never do that. You will never get a subscription from me. I hate you. Like, I will never. And it's like, okay, nothing personal again. But it's like, but I think it's just within me. There's like a thing where I just can't do what I'm told. Like, I just, if someone, because I'm in my head, I'm always like if someone's telling me to do something, like it. Unless it's someone who I greatly respect, who I'm like, this person knows more than me. If they're telling me to do something, I should consider it for sure, right? If it's someone I greatly respect, who's like, you know, quite wise and actually quite intelligent, which there aren't that many people, honestly, because I am the great and almighty catastrophic. So, like, unless it's that, and like a fringe case scenario, someone like, if you're just some guy and you're telling me to do something, my immediate reaction is like, I will not do it. Fuck you. I will not do that thing you just asked me to do because you do not know better than I do. I know better than I do. I know that if I like the video, I should like it. You don't need to freaking remind me if I like the video that I should like the video. I'll do that if I like the video. You don't have to tell me. Okay, I'll do it. And if I like your content enough that I want to see more, I will know I can subscribe. You know, I have faith. You should have some faith. You have no faith in me to know that if I want to see more of your content, that I would click the subscribe button. That's what the fucking button is there for. Like, why do you have to remember? I don't need you to tell me what the like and subscribe button do. I don't need you to tell me what the bell button does. I know what it does. I know what it does. You don't have to tell me. And the moment you decided to tell me was the moment I'm like, no, I will not give you engagement. I immediately, like, I have to hold myself and all of my urge to like click off the video, the stream, whatever, like the moment that pops up, because I'm just so, okay, you can probably tell I'm like, you know, I'm a little upset, you know. Okay, it's not like I'm just like I get mildly upset, you know. I get a little. Can we get a heart monitor for future rant streams? No, I don't think we're gonna. Someone check blood pressure. I don't. It's funny thing is, like, I think my blood pressure is like a little like higher than usual, but like it's not like a big deal. Like, it's not like a medical thing, but it's like slightly higher than like the average person. I don't know why, but whatever. Sorry. Can I check Sharon's blood pressure? I'm fine. But like, yeah, the moment I see like a call to action, my first instinct is to not give this person any engagement ever again. So if you're watching this, if you're somehow like watching this small indie VTuber and you care about this one person's opinion, which you really shouldn't, because I'm not like the average consumer. You're not going to get metrics and views by listening to me, so don't. Like, I'm not here to give you metric advice. I'm not MatPat. Okay, MatPat could do it, but like I hate that shit. Like, it truly, there's not that many things in the world. Okay, there's many things in the world that annoy me, but this is one of them. Okay, like it's the brandings, and yeah, it's liking the subscribe palms. And the other thing is branding. Branding I hate because everyone feels the need to brand themselves. It's like, oh, you gotta think about your personal brand. You gotta think about your brand. You gotta think about your brand. Like, no, your thing should just exist. You shouldn't have to think about, like, okay, no, okay, sorry. Let me collect myself. Let me collect myself for a moment, okay? For most people, you don't have to worry about branding because no one cares what you think. And that's okay. That's fine. Like me, you know, I don't care about my branding because, or rather, I wish I could not care about my branding because it's not that important. You know, it's like, I'm just some guy with like 60 subs. It doesn't matter. It's like, nothing I say matters. It's okay, right? And that's like, it's kind of liberating in a way to think that, right? But that has expanded into things you actually have to care about. So it's like your social presence or whatnot has to be good for your social branding to just get a job. Why do I need social branding for a job? Okay, if I could show up to a job and just do the thing, and then I'm not like a horrible bigot, right? As long as I'm not a horrible bigot and it's like, it's really bad, then, you know, that makes sense. But like, why do I have to brand myself as like a good worker? Like, why? I am, if I'm good at what I do, I'm good at what I do. I shouldn't have to like decorate this Like, and the worst part is, like, if it's a piece of shit, you can't, no matter how much you shine it, it's still a piece of shit. You know, that's like a saying from somewhere. I forgot. Someone said that. It was a good quote. It's like, a polished turd is still a turd, okay? If it's a piece of shit, it will forever be a piece of shit, no matter how shiny it is, and no matter how much you polish it. It's important. Kind of say the same way as the ad rant from before, so past that it's more important for the platform, makes a difference, but I'll engage with stuff I resonate with. Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, it's like, it's not that big of a deal, but it just annoys me, and I just like, I tend to get a little frustrated sometimes, you know, just a little bit though, but I'm usually very calm and collected, you know. Can't wait for the brand name for librarian subscribers. I don't like, okay, I know that it's okay. To me, it's like less like a branding thing and more like a culture thing. And I've kind of adopted it. I think it's okay. You know what? I think I've accepted it. You can spam it at me. You know what? It will be good engagement and it'll be a good inside joke. And when I acknowledge it, it'll die a little bit. I know that, so I'm okay, and I'm okay with it dying a little bit. But I've acknowledged the chair emoji and I put it in my Twitter handle. And if it ever matters to a point where, like, to refer to anyone who watches these streams with an emoji for whatever reason, like you're not just a Karasufen or enjoyer, like that doesn't work to fit the bill, then we can use like the chair emoji. I think that's like not taken. I think that's like an emoji that exists. Pretty sure no one's using it for their VTubing, so we can use that. You know, it'll be between us. It'll be like a nice thing between us. But I'm not too caught up in it. I don't really mind. I don't really care. Whatever you guys want to deal with, do. Yeah, good job, Brutals. Exactly like that. Okay, I'm done with this now. What do I do? Short form content. This is going to be very quick. You can tell exactly what my opinion on short form content is with one look of my first short I've uploaded. Okay, you can tell, look at that immediately, you can tell that I take a very satirical approach to it, or at least I did for the first one. The second one I tried to actually make it like short form content engaging, but hopefully that's still fun for everyone. Not much to say here, but I wanted to bring it up again because I hate it, and I want you all to know that like I hate it not because I hate short form content. I think short form content is fine because I love watching like clip compilations. This is watching short form content. I'll watch it later. I've opened my web browser. I think my computer might crash, so I'm gonna do that after the stream. But yeah, like short form content, in terms of short form content, I don't really like having to do it, but not because I dislike it, not because I dislike it, watching it, because I do dislike watching it personally, but that's like, I don't want to knack it. I don't want to like fault anyone for watching it. I think it makes sense because we don't have much time in our lives, you know, so if you want to scroll reels and things, and they can be fun and engaging and funny, like short form content, by all means, right? But like, you know, I'm not 60, but like if I was, let's just say I was 60, right? But if I was 60, like I wouldn't be able to stand it, right? It would just be too much. Do we doom scrolling? Yeah, like doom scrolling, right? There's doom scrolling itself is a different thing, but short form content itself, just in isolation, short form content is not that big of a deal. The problem with it for me is I can't edit for short form content because I just don't know how to, because I don't enjoy it, right? So I can't be a good editor or content curator for short form content, and I hate it because it's the best thing. It works. Like I got before I uploaded my like first or second short, my second shorts, which was like a lot shorter. Like it was much shorter and much more digestible. Before I uploaded that, I think my channel had like 500 views or something. And then the moment I uploaded that short, like in a day, it doubled. Like it doubled to like 1,000 something views. And it's like, oh, cool, metrics. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's not that I care about metrics in itself. I care more about, but I recognize and understand that metrics lead to engagement and audience, and that's what I want. I want people to watch streams and watch me rant because I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good time. You know, I want that. I do want that. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. I would like to have more subscribers. That would be nice. But I would not like put a call to action on all my videos for that. Like I would not, that was not something I would do because I would hate it personally. Not even ironically, I'm sorry. The call to action rant should be done by now, but like, I hope I don't have to even ironically do like a call to action, because even like when people are like being ironic about it, it's so annoying to me, because they're like, oh, did you know that 30% of the people watching this video are not subscribed, or like 70% of people watching are not subscribed? You should do it now. And then they say like a self-deprecating joke, and it's supposed to be funny, right? But it's not. Like, it's not that funny. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's like, it's still, you're shilling as call to action, and I don't like call to actions being shilled personally. Like, I think as an audience member, if you need to be reminded to like something, that means you didn't like it enough. You know, if I had to kind of nudge you in a way to like if I had to nudge you to say, hey, you liked it, right? You did, right? And you know, like when you're like, you know, let's say like your friend is like showing you like a video, like, and they're like, it's funny to them, they love it, and then they're showing it to you and they're expecting you to laugh, but it's not too, you kind of don't get the joke yet, but your friend is laughing, you kind of just laugh along, you go, yeah, wow, dude, that's so funny, dude, like that, right? Like it's kind of like, but you kind of, you don't really get the joke yet, but and like, that's lying. That's kind of like, that's lying. Hold on, I'm gonna end the vote now. It's been like a half an hour. I think it should be good. I'm gonna end the poll now. Sorry. Where was I? Yeah. So, but you're kind of lying. You don't like it that much, you know. And if you don't like it that much, like, in my opinion, right? If you don't like that thing that much, don't express that you like it through this system. If you don't actually like it that much, if you need to be told to like a video, that means you didn't like, to remind, oh, I did like the video, let me like it, let me click the like button now. That means one of two things. Either you're not very familiar with YouTube content, but at this point, who isn't? Like, YouTube is consumed everywhere except maybe like really old boomers, right? Like, or whatever, like me, right? Like myself. But like YouTube is consumed everyone knows what YouTube is. Everyone, like, kids nowadays want to grow up to be YouTubers. Do I rant about that now? I'll rant about that later. Fuck it, I'll talk about that later. If someone wants to hear it, remind me later to talk about this. Kids nowadays want to grow up to be YouTubers. Okay, people, like, kids know what a YouTuber is. Hold on. Like, everyone knows what YouTube is. Everyone knows what's like. Dude, okay, I was on like the, I want to be a YouTuber. No, don't. It's not a great thing to aspire to be, trust me. Okay. How do I explain things? So I was at a different corner of the library the other day. Okay, I was in a different corner of the library the other day, and I was just kind of, observing the ghouls, the ghosts, the spirits that used to happen at this library, but they don't anymore, and they seem to be like young, like children, right? And like, they were just talking. And they were having like a normal average conversation, and all of a sudden, like it was a nervous tick. I don't think it is, but it was, the kid kind of said it in a way like it was a nervous tick. He was just like and subscribe, and then they went back to like the conversation. I forgot they were talking about like were they talking about airplanes? They were talking about like Legos or something. I forgot. And then all of a sudden, one of the kids, like, unironically, right? Like, he just out of nowhere, he used to like and subscribe, and then like they just went back to the conversation. Like, I don't want to. Okay. Fuck that. Fuck whatever. No, not like that kid. Not that kid. Okay, nothing wrong with the kid. But like, fuck whoever did that to that kid. Somebody did this shit to this kid, and they should be, they should be held accountable. Okay, children shouldn't just like have a conversation and then all of a sudden like blurt out like and subscribe. Don't. That is like nightmarish. Okay, that is scary. That's terrifying. I don't. Chat is this real? Yeah, okay, like, I think chat is this real is like kind of evolved differently into like a funny meme, but it is also an indicator of like how like internet content has consumed everything, right? Yeah, so you kind of ran out of that. What the fuck was I talking about? Sorry, what was I talking about? Short form, yeah, that's why I have the prompt on my head, right? It's literally on my head so I can remember what I was talking about. So I was talking about short form content. Short form content is so successful that I have to engage with it to get like views and to get people to watch this, because I think it's funny and I think it's fun to hang out with people on a live stream and talk and have Parrot read their chat messages. I think that's fun. I think that's fun. It's an enjoyable pastime, and sometimes I like to come in here and rant and complain about things, and if there's more people to show up to contribute their thoughts, I would love to hear them, right? But nonetheless, like, the fact that I have to engage with short form content annoys me. It pisses me off, because like, I like to in order to get views and whatever, to get people to notice this. And I wish I didn't have to do it, but I do. So it is what it is. All right, I'm done ranting about that now. Let's get out of here. Next thing. YouTube. Okay, YouTube streaming. I can't spell. YouTube streaming. Let me rant about this real quick. Twitch. This can be summarized in like 30 seconds, all right? So I'm not gonna take too much of your time, as if I didn't already. Oh my god, this stream is longer than it should be. YouTube streaming is way harder than Twitch streaming in the sense that the streams are less customizable and there's less fun things you could do, because Twitch has a lot of integrated functions and culture and features that are super fun, like voting and polling and like audience engagement and interaction and like, you know, text-to-speech bots and like follows and stuff. Like there's a whole culture there of live streaming that's on Twitch that's much more engaging, much more fun than like YouTube, because YouTube is very bare bones with it, and that is like less of a thing, good or bad, and more like a I'm ranting about it because I really like Twitch culture. Like I do think it's fun, but it's a big barrier to ask people to go on YouTube and on Twitch, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to alienate people who don't want to use Twitch, who don't want to use Twitch culture. And so instead I want to bring that culture here. I want to try to have some sense of audience interaction on YouTube streaming, and that is difficult because like I don't have the tools to do it as well, and hopefully YouTube can improve on this eventually. But basically streaming here is much harder, and getting Parrot to speak was such a difficult, weird task to like, or to have him read your messages, like to integrate it in a way where he could. It's just so difficult and annoying, and I wish YouTube can up the game and make it so that like they can add more interactable features like Twitch. You know, just do that, please. Just do that, please. And the reason I'm ranting about this is because I've thought about making streams on Twitch, but I wanted to keep this whole thing in YouTube. I wanted to keep everything in YouTube. I didn't want to, you know, confuse people too much with different platforms and whatnot. And yeah. Also, Twitch has weird problems, and I don't want to really be associated with some of the weird problems it has. And I think YouTube is, although also has weird problems, it's too big. YouTube is way too big that I kind of have to be here on YouTube anyways, right? So it is what it is. That's it. That's it. Rant over. This is a quick one. Let's basically this. Over edited videos. Okay. Sometimes, imagine streaming on Kick. No, I will not. They would have to pay me a lot of money to stream on Kick. Like if my stream has to be put next to like gambling dens and like other things that are horrible, like they would have to pay me a lot of money to be there, like a lot, like enough to fund the reconstruction of this whole library, like a lot. That would be a lot of funding needed for that. But anyways, next thing to rant about is over edited videos. Now, sometimes, okay, and this is not a diss to anyone in particular, okay? Sometimes videos aren't that funny, okay? Sometimes your gameplay commentary is not that funny. It's okay for it to not be funny. It's fine if it's not funny, because not everyone's funny, and not everyone who is funny all the time. I understand. I am a streamer too. I get it. There are low moments where I'm boring and the stream sucks. I get it, okay? I understand. I'm not shitting on anyone for having a boring stream or whatever, okay? It's but over edited videos are ones where they take like you take the source material, which is kind of just whatever, and you add so many layers of editing over it that's like Vine boom sound, like boom, like and then you just add like flashing lights, and then you add 10 memes on top of it, and it's like you're polishing a turd. Again, you are just polishing a turd. You are the video itself. You, instead of doing that and spending the effort doing that, you should just spend the effort to try to be funnier, and then just keep recording and streaming and doing funny things, and then increase the quantity of what you have, so you can be more picky with your selection of what it is. So when you make a condensed, cut down version of your content that's more appealing because it's more condensed and cut down, it should be more entertaining because of that. You need a Vine Boom soundboard ready to disposal. The first thing, okay, maybe the second thing. First thing I could do if I can get monetized if I can ever get monetized on my wish list of things to spend library funding on, is to get like a PC so my OBS doesn't crash every time I try to load any media or like the chat, right? But the second thing I want to do is get a soundboard. So I actually do one. I think, okay, soundboards and like Vine Boom sound effects are okay. Like, yeah, like sound effects and memes and whatnot, like these are fun and they're incredibly fun. Like I remember watching Kave's voice actor, Ben Balmaceda, I think is his last name. I forgot. Sorry, I'm so sorry if that was not his last name. But like his voice actor, right? Ben, like the voice of Kaveh from Genshin Impact. Sorry, yes, Kaveh is a character from Genshin Impact. I forgot. Sorry. Yes, I am a Genshin addict. You have witnessed this yesterday in my Tears of the Kingdom stream. But he has like this really fun idea where channel points can be redeemed or whatnot by his Twitch viewers to like add it. Yeah, exactly. We should be in the control of the Vine Boom soundboard. Yeah, so he has this thing where his viewers can like save up channel points while watching to like enable sound effects on his stream accompanied by like a very like small duration of an image being on the screen at the same time, and it's hilarious. I love it. That's so good. Like that's amazing to me. So I'm not opposed to like soundboarding or like funny memes as part of the content, part of the entertainment. But yeah, someone said imagine getting a personality. Exactly. Okay, like I think personality in content and streams is something that can be improved. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you want to improve on being funnier and like, you know, being more entertaining, that is a skill you can learn and you can get better at it. And it will take a lot of time, practice, and hard work. Like it does. It takes hard work and effort. It does, okay? To actually be entertaining. But you can do that. And you should do that instead of giving me over-edited videos where you're being painfully unfunny and then just adding like 10 sound effects to it to try to make it funny, because it's not gonna be funny if you add 10 more sound effects, okay? Like unless the sound effects themselves kind of become its own content, then it's a little different, right? Then you're not really watching for the main content, you're watching for the decorations, right? You're watching for the whole thing, right? You know, if you, no matter how many ribbons and bows you put on a piece of shit, it's still a piece of shit, okay? It will not look nicer if it's a piece of okay. It's kind of like over-edited videos is kind of like people who unironically use too much makeup. Okay, and it's not that it pisses me off or whatever, like, and it's like annoying or whatever, because this is just a skill that we're all trying to get better at. Okay, I understand makeup is difficult. I struggle with makeup. Okay, like it's not easy. I still can't do eyeliner properly. I realize I've never mentioned this, so I guess I'm doxing myself. Again, here's Karis lore is I'm not good at eyeliner. Sorry. Anyways, but like if you do too much makeup, you, instead of accentuating like the beauty of your like face or like, you know, the good parts of how you look, you're just kind of plastering over it, and you just can't see, and you can't see the person anymore, right? That's to me over edited videos. And I would rather walk around seeing someone who has no makeup than someone who has too much makeup, because at the end of the day, if someone who has no makeup and doesn't look as attractive as it could be, that's fine, you know? But if you, or rather, okay, sorry, I'm taking that statement back. Let's roll back. I would not like, I think the optimal situation is like, if you can put on the perfect amount of makeup where it accentuates the way you look and you can look better with it, but you don't put too much that it like completely destroys like what you are, like the core of what you're supposed to look like. You know, like unrealistic beauty standards are bad. Okay, is that a hot take? That's not a hot take. That's like a very cold take. Unrealistic beauty standards are bad. That maybe, you know what? Maybe that's something to rant about too for next stream. Sorry. But yeah, too much makeup to me is the kind of like over edited videos in that like, you should edit the right amount. And if you're doing too much of it, because you're trying to accentuate something that's within it, just work on the thing that's within it. And obviously that's much easier to do for videos than it is for makeup, because you can't like just improve your face, right? That's not like a thing. Maybe you can just have a skincare routine. Maybe you can, you know, eat better, eat healthier. You can do some exercise, you know, whatever, like to just you present yourself in your body in your natural form as like better. Like you can do that, again, harder, more difficult to do than just, maybe they're both as difficult. Sorry, I need to stop yapping. This is a yap stream, it's fine. Okay. Basically, over edited videos are bad because like they're so distracting, and for what? And the original content is like, you know, not that impressive. And I would rather watch things that are impressive to me. You know, I only have so much time in the day. I would like to spend it watching things that really resonate with me and are really good, that I enjoy. And maybe challenge me in certain ways to make me feel uncomfortable, but in a good way, not in a bad way, right? And comfortable in a good way, not a bad way. It should be the model and slogan of this thing. Anyways, 60-year-old tries eyeliner. True. Clickbait clip. It's like wearing glasses. Oomph. I think, yeah, glasses are the thing. Can I take mine off? Hold on. Yeah, it's like taking glasses on and off. Like it's maybe a little better in this form, whatever. Like maybe I can present myself as a more wondrous form in this way, right? But no, I need to read. Okay, I need to read your thing, so I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read them. Okay, I don't like it, but I have to. Sorry. Okay, rant over on overrated videos. This is over now. Let's change topic. Call to action. Yep, I already talked about that. Okay, this next one. Let me drink some water. Okay, I hope you didn't hear that. You probably did. Aren't you an e-boy? No. The next thing I want to rant about is e-boys. Now, yeah, okay, I get it. Oh, I understand. I understand. Says you, Lamau. Says you, anime VTuber with conventionally attractive features. Says you. Okay, I get it. I understand. Okay, you don't have to call me out. I get it. I understand. Okay, I understand. What I mean by e-boys is like, okay. I am not your boyfriend, okay? Like, okay, it's like, it's very obvious. I don't think I'd have to say that, okay? Easy. Oh, I don't even want to get into that. Oh my god. Okay, but like the thing is, like, I shouldn't have to say I am not your e-boyfriend. I shouldn't have to say that. This is not a boyfriend experience. I shouldn't have to say that, okay? I shouldn't have to say that. But the fact is, this is not information that is immediately obvious to a lot of people, especially when they VTube. And like, I think it's kind of weird, man. Okay, like maybe this is my true declaration of war. All right, next topic. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, here's what I mean. Maybe this is, for some reason, I felt your rant topics written on paper, like how we used to write down GTA cheats. I have them written down, but not on paper. I have them written down on like a document, but yeah. Sorry, I made you look handsome. No. That's fine. This is like this is the clickbait. This is the whole point of it, right? But like, and part of the fantasy of YouTubers is you can kind of present yourself as anything. If you do present yourself as anything, this is okay. Wait, I thought we had something during the link stream. No. Okay, so why? Okay, it's specifically about e-boys, but I'm gonna put like e-girls as well, because equality, right? We believe in equality. Because everyone gets my shit. Everyone gets my bullshit, okay? No one's exempt from my bullshit, okay? Everyone's except, no one's exempt from my bullshit. Everyone has to take it, okay? This is my bullshit. E-boys and e-girls. It's kind of weird, okay? There's some people who VTube, again, VTubing is not a problem, but some people like, do like the boyfriend experience or like the girlfriend experience like a little too much. And I kind of get it. Like there's the level of immersion. It's like we're role playing, and it's like, you know, it's no harm done. It's just we all know it's a fantasy. It's like when you go on certain adult websites. You know, you kind of understand that it's not, you know, supposed to be. But there's like, but there is a sort of risk for people who make content online when they're interacting with like certain things like chat, like you guys. I mean, when I'm talking to you guys in chat, like that, it's like I'm not, you know, like I don't know you. I don't know any of you. Someone clip this and send this to the Firefly marketing team at HSR. Dude, Firefly, like maybe I would have like thought about pulling for Firefly from Honkai Star Rail, like when she, because I thought her character was like kind of okay, and then like they released all of like the social marketing, and it's just such a huge turnoff. I'm immediately like, no, I can't do this. I'm not falling for this character, no way. But again, I am a degenerate, right? So like, who am I to judge? I am a filthy degenerate who plays gacha games. I cannot judge. I cannot stand on like a high ground. Don't let them fool you. Firefly is actually Doomfist from Overwatch 2. True, she is, and we should all respect that she is a Gundam mecha. She's like an iron-blooded orphan. Anyways, e-boys and e-girls. Do you know that video of like, there's like that video of that Valorant clip? You know what I'm talking, you guys know what I'm talking about. There's like a Valorant clip. Okay. There's a Valorant clip where there's a guy and a girl playing, and they're on mic, and I presume they don't know each other. Maybe they do, and it's like a bit, and it's like a satire, and it's funny. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's satire, but there's like a clip that's like, okay, maybe I'll react to that next stream. I'll go to like the react room and I'll react to it maybe like next stream. But Okay, you know what? Let's pretend. Let's hope this doesn't break my OBS. But let's go to the rant because it just occurred to me some of you guys have not seen my cinema room yet. So hold on. Oh shit! Hold on. Okay, yeah, sorry. This last video was like queued in, which was like the Tears of the Kingdom concert. So this is my cinema room. This is where we can like watch stuff and react to things. Yeah, straight back to yesterday. Chat doesn't say with the stream because I didn't upgrade the link. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, just pretend. Okay, just for a second, I just want to show you like. Okay, let's just be on the screen for a second, and I don't have the clip prepared, so I can't show it to you guys. But like, I want you to just like imagine it's there, right? Imagine we're like reacting. This is like a funny react clip channel. Okay, I'm gonna disable chat so it doesn't look like. Okay. So it's like pretend like the clip is on screen, and maybe like a post-production edit clip. You can put the thing into this like box, right? But like, is that Obama? Yes, it is Obama. Sometimes he visits me in the cinema room. Okay, so there's like a clip of this Valorant players where there's a like there's a guy who's like getting kills, and then there's this girl, and I presume they're male and female. They have masculine and feminine voices, so I'm just assuming, right? The girl kind of goes on the microphone like, every time you get a kill, I'll give you an ooh woo. And then like the dude starts getting kills, and the dude's like, oh, that's adorable. And then he starts like getting kills, and then like he gets like a double kill or whatever, and then you know it's ooh woo 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 like every time he does it, and it's like a whole thing. That's the video I'm talking. So okay, look to the left of the screen. Okay, just imagine it's there. Just imagine it's there, and we're watching it, and we're all dying from it. Okay, but like I think just as I'm explaining it, it should give you enough context to know why it makes my skin crawl and makes me want to die, right? But it's like there's a clip. Okay, someone just clip that. No, please. I'm going. We're gonna pretend like that wasn't there. Okay. So there's a clip. There's like a clip of like a Valorant, like e-boys and e-girls like doing that, and it makes my skin crawl. Okay, it does. But that's cringe, right? That's okay. That's not like in itself what makes me frustrated, because at the end of the day, it's like if you're happy, you're doing that thing, you do it. We'll do it, whatever, right? You know, just do it in your own private. Please share the clips. I don't have it right on me right now, but I'm sure. Okay, you know what? We'll react to it next. We're gonna start off the next Yap stream with that clip prepared. I'll prepare the clip and I'll play it, and then you guys will be able to see it. Okay. I'll prepare it and we can react to it. Okay, that's the react content for next stream. But e-guys and e-girls frustrate me, and you know what the worst thing about e-boys and e-girls is? You know the worst thing about that is like the boyfriend experience, the girlfriend experience. The worst thing is I can't do it. I cannot be an e-boy. I am physically incapable of being an e-boy, and that is like the worst thing, because if I could, dude, this hatred is jealousy, okay? This is envy. If I could pull off being like an e-boy and just like scam people's money out of that, dude, it would be so easy. It would be so easy. It would be like life would be so much easier if I could pull off successfully being an e-boy, but I can't. Because if I have to just do 1% of all of this, I'm not strong enough. I'm sorry, I'm not strong enough. I'm gonna grovel on the floor and keel over and die. Okay, like I'm not strong enough for that. If I was, and I could like take advantage of that and make money, you bet I would. I'm a horrible person, okay? It's not like a moral high ground I'm standing on to say, oh, but parasocial is bad. No. If I could do it, I'll do it. But I can't do it, okay? I am incapable of doing that. It will just, it will consume me inside, and I will die. My sense will game end myself. And like, it's just, like, it's, yeah, that's why. The anger and frustration of e-boys and e-girls comes out of a place of jealousy, because I wish I could pull that off, but I couldn't. Like, I just couldn't. I will cry myself to sleep if I ever even had to even make that attempt. Time to change the ASMR voice librarian. No, I'm good. I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. I'll do, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do like an ASMR video for like 1,000 subs. If there's 1,000 subscribers to this channel, which I believe reaches like a certain metric, that old ASMR clip was, I have no idea what you're talking about, and there's never been an old ASMR clip. I have no idea what you're talking about. But for if I get like 1,000, if there's like 1,000 subscribers, which is never gonna happen, which is why I'm very confident in saying that. I'm like, I don't have to, fuck this, I don't have to bear the consequences of my actions here, so it's fine, right? But if I get like if there's like 1,000 subscribers, right, then I'll do an ASMR video. Yeah, I'll do it. It'll be like 30 minutes. It'll be like 30 whole minutes of me doing an ASMR video. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. And I know you guys want to see that because it'll be funny, right? Like the guy who's like extremely frustrated by e-boy culture and e-girl culture and like ASMR culture and like having to do one. Yeah, it'll be horrible. But you know what? It's never gonna happen because I'm never gonna have to deal with the consequences of my actions. Are you gonna do Yandere ASMR when he's up? I don't know if it's gonna be Yandere. I'm gonna, but you know what? I'll do it. I'll do an ASMR. You know, you guys can vote. You guys can vote. You guys can like have your say on what it will be like, what the theme is. You know, what the whatever is. I don't even know what the ASMR is anymore, right? But like, just you will get to vote on what it is when I hit 1,000 subscribers. But it's not gonna happen, so I don't have to worry about it. So, anyways, next thing. Yeah, setting up milestones so I get more engagement. That's the rule now. I have to do that. I complained about it earlier, but here we are. I'm a hypocrite through and through. We're almost done. I think I'm about grifters and scammers. Okay, grifters and scammers. Here's the other thing. Here's another thing. Some people on this, and this is kind of related to cryptocurrency rants I might have in the future, but some people are grifters and scammers and they want to sell you a product, they want to make you uncomfortable and then take advantage of, or they want to take advantage of your anxiety about certain things, maybe your gender, maybe your current predicament, maybe your social ineptitude, whatever. They want to take advantage of that and then sell you like a book or a course or a fucking whatever. I hate that shit because like if I didn't have my pesky like moral compass, I'd be doing that shit all day, dude. I'd be so good. I would be the greatest grifter. Like I would be so good as like a motivational speaker, right? Or like a parasocial like influencer. Oh, I hate that word. Maybe I'll complain about that too. Like that word, influencer. Maybe I will. No, I won't. That's too much. Grifters and scammers, right? If I didn't have my pesky morals or whatever the fuck, like my ethical code, maybe don't feel bad about being a terrible person. If I didn't feel bad about this kind of stuff, I'd be so good. I'd be such an amazing like liar. I'd be such an amazing like grifter, scammer. I could do that, dude. It's so easy. All you do, right? And I would be so good at this, right? You just have to yap and you just have to say like one thing that's kind of true. You just have to say one thing that's kind of true. Like, oh, did you know men are lonely sometimes? Boom! Oh my god, men around the world like, holy shit, this guy's spitting facts, right? And then like I'll just like, and then I just do that intermittently, and then I sprinkle it with my bullshit, like with my bullshit unthought out worldview. That's gonna like eventually then feed into like the merch train, right? It's gonna be like the eventually it can go down the line of buy my book now for the cure to loneliness or whatever, right? Like I could do that. I would be so good at that. I'm so good at making shit up. Like I am, if you couldn't tell by the stream length and the fact that I have nothing prepared and I accept some prompts occasionally, I can talk all day forever. I could do this so much. I could monetize it. And the worst part is like that is being monetized to people where they will like sell you like a course or a book and it works and it makes money, and grifters and scammers, again, this comes out of jealousy more than anything. Like, yeah, there's like, it's immoral, it's like an ethical condemnation of it, blah, blah, blah. You don't come here for my cold takes, okay? My cold take is gonna be, oh, it's immoral, you know, you shouldn't be a grifter or scammer. It's bad. It's a bad influence on people, and it's a neoliberal pedagogical system that we need to unwrap ourselves from, and it's bad. Yeah, fuck, okay. That's like the cold take. The hot take here is, I hate grifters and scammers because I can't be them. You know, I have pesky morals and ethics imbued into my soul, and I don't like it, because if I didn't, I could make so much money and life could be so much easier right now, dude. Have you seen, dude, have you heard, like, there's like the thing in like Glasgow, right? There was a thing in Glasgow where there was like someone did like use like shitty DALL-E like AI art generation to make like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory like exhibition, and like it was so bad, because when I first saw the article I was like, Lamau, like, no, it wasn't Lamau. I was thinking like, oh shit, it's scary, you know, AI's progressed and matured at such a point where you can actually like see like the bad effects of it. You know, people are falling for it because it's so real and it makes it seem like a real thing. I take one look at the fucking webpage, it's all dog shit DALL-E generations. Like, they're all horrible. They are so incredibly low quality. They're written so poorly, and like, no, because there's no writing, because the you know, like the AI just struggles to generate text, right? And it still does. Maybe recently in recent development it hasn't, but like in general it does, right? It struggles to generate text and like details and like, you know, specific imagery. So these are all crappy images in like a website, and it tricked like 300 or like 3,000, I forgot, it was like a good enough number in like Glasgow or whatever, where it was, to like sign up to go into the exhibition, and like to pay money to show up to it. And it's like, it's where like it was all over the news, you know, it was all over the news, the Wonka experience, or whatever the hell it was called. It was something like that, right? And I was confused, because I was like, I thought like it being AI, when I read the article, I was like, oh, it's because AI is really good. No, AI is still dog shit here. It's just that people are so gullible. People are so gullible. People are gullible to everything. They're completely illiterate, like technologically and just in general, and they don't know how to handle their money, they don't know how to handle anything, and they're like these are adults with children that they have to parent. What that's what I can't believe that. I can't, dude, can you imagine how much easier life would be if you just didn't have any morals or ethics, and you could just go around scamming people and lying to them and like just take their money? Like, I could run 1,000 of those rings, like the same efficiency as that one guy did. That was piss poor done, and yet it was still, the only reason it got caught was because of how like outrageously bullshit the whole scam was, the whole thing, and people showed up and they were so mad, and there was a whole like police investigation, right? But imagine you just do that like smaller scale. Someone's gonna do it out there. Someone's gonna do this with like no morals ethics, right? Like, someone's gonna do that, and they're not gonna have any morals or ethics, but they're gonna be able to like sprinkle their fucking bullshit like rings and like scams and like grifting and whatever everywhere at such a low cost, because of like how easy it is to be done by AI, and like do it everywhere and do it so much and all the time. Yeah, okay, maybe you'll get caught by the authorities, but like, that's just if you're stupid. If you're smart about it, you could just avoid being caught by the authorities, and then we're gonna have an epidemic of AI generated bullshit, lies, plaguing everything we ever see. Okay, and you know the worst part is, I can't even ride that train right now. You know, I can't even be like one of the people that profits from other people's ignorance and misery and suffering, because I have morals and ethics, you know, and I hate that I have morals and ethics, but I do, like, that prevent me from going like, yeah, maybe I will just lie to everyone and steal all their money. Yeah, maybe I will just do that. I can't do it. I wish okay, I don't wish I could do it, but like, you know, if I didn't have my morals and my ethics, I you know, I'd be doing that shit. Now, you know, I'd be good. Okay, let's just say in an alternate universe where I didn't give a crap about, I didn't have any empathy for people, and I didn't give a crap about like morals and ethics, I'd be like an amazing scammer. I'd be so good. You have no idea. I was such a good scammer and liar. But anyways, okay, I'm done. Okay. I'm towards the end of my topic, so this is gonna be, unless you guys have any burning things that you want me to rant about or discuss as well, now's the time to put it in chat. So because this is my last like topic, and I'll just like, after this, if there's not that many more topics, we can end the stream. And yeah, okay, this is the last like topic I think that I have ready. The Phantasm. Now this is a slightly more intellectual ranting, slightly more. It's not, still not, none of this is intellectual. Don't be fooled by the packaging of this. Like, this is just entertainment, right? But but this is the last thing that's like kind of intellectual. So in philosophy, this is a term coined by someone else, but it was, at least in my, I heard about it from Philosophy Tube. Again, wonderful channel. You should go check her out. She does amazing content for philosophy. She's not a philosopher VTuber, but she is a philosophy VTuber. Damn, it's been 2 hours already. I know, right? Like and you know what? It felt like 10 minutes. I could rant more. But I'm not. I'm not gonna. I will spare you all. But the last thing, yeah, I want to talk about is phantasm. The phantasm as spoken, or as presented by Abigail, I think is her name. Yeah, the host of Philosophy Tube. She mentioned that there's a certain thing that prevents people from understanding like arguments and perspectives that are rational, and it kind of it makes them really comfortable, and it allows them, this thing allows them to kind of ignore all of the irrationalities and illogical consistencies in their own worldviews and opinions and stuff. No, not Phantasm by Disney. It's like an academic phantasm. I do recommend checking out. Okay, I'm gonna Philosophy Tube. I really recommend like looking at her videos up and just checking her like latest one. Like her latest few have been talking about this. Have mentioned this idea, the phenomenon of the phantasm. But the reason I want to, it's less of a rant and more of a kind of closer slash bit I really want to talk about and think about is like this big problem. Like, how can we convince people who are not rational and not logical people to understand that they are not being rational and logical? And part of it is that you can't, because if they don't want to engage with you in your argument, in your logic, right? You can't do anything about it. You can't debate someone who doesn't want to debate. You can't engage in someone who's deeply ingrained in their dogmatic worldview to step outside of it, because, you know, they're in it. How can you get someone to get out of their bubble when they're in the bubble? One of the reasons that's so difficult is, again, this thing I've mentioned in the last Q&A stream, the meeting of live stream, is that it's so difficult to be uncomfortable. And we have to be empathetic, okay? You and I, all of us, everyone, people who watch the stream, people watch this VOD, people who don't, we need to be more empathetic to people, okay? We do. This is my preaching, all right? This is my preaching now. We need to kind of see where everyone else is coming from, that they all have their extraordinary difficulties in their lives, okay? Like it is. But more importantly than that, the reason why we have to do that is because like that's precisely the thing that's preventing them from leaping out of their bubble, to challenge their own thoughts for a moment, to think, to be uncomfortable, to be okay with being uncomfortable and struggling with their viewpoints and stuff. And so like the phantasm addresses that. The phantasm is when someone is so ingrained in their dogma and their views and rooted in their whatever it is, probably bigotry, right? But rooted in their whatever it is, and unable to change their minds, even when presented with evidence and clear, logical, sound arguments that show that their things are not, like, what they believe in is irrational and harmful and bad, because that's all they have had, you know. And we need to come from it from an empathetic, sympathetic angle, that this is all they've had. Of course they're going to cope as hard as they can to try to preserve it. And rather than try to say, boom, I've destroyed your argument with facts and logic, I've destroyed your worldview, haha, you know, see now that you don't make any sense. That's not going to help the situation, because they're going to do anything in their power, including using the power of the phantasm, to cling on to their irrationality and their illogical principles and whatnot, and their dogma, to cling on to that as tightly as they can, because that's what makes them makes them feel secure in this world, right? And we want to feel secure in this world. You and I, everyone, we do. This is something we need as human beings, is to feel secure. And the reason I'm ranting about phantasm is because a lot of people don't get this. A lot of people don't understand that you need to be empathetic, and that people are not, like, people's dogma and people's like irrationality comes from something, and this is where it comes from. Like, this is where it is. Or, you know, this is just my interpretation of where it comes from, blah. Obligatory disclaimer, I am a yapper, and I am, you know, I'm a fucking VTuber. Don't take advice from a VTuber. But that being said, right? The phantasm is a serious issue, because we don't know how to deal with it. And I think, although it may not be like the full, complete, perfect solution, I think what a good first step is you need to live in their world. You need to be able to empathize with what they go through and what they think in order to bring them out of it. And the only way you can do that isn't by scolding them or, like, you know, trying to preach to them from outside the bubble. You have to live in their bubble. You have to, you know, truly experience what it is like to be them in order to then try to nudge them more and more so outside of their comfort zone, and every step of the way you need to be there for them to help them be comfortable. You need to do that because no one else is gonna do that. Okay, no one else is gonna fucking do this shit. No one's gonna do. And if you can't do it because you have your life to go through, you are exactly what I'm talking about as someone who is, you know, victim is a victim of the system and doesn't have any free time or spare time to, you know, do any thinking beyond what is the necessary for the job, you know, the livelihood, whatever. And I don't fault you. I understand, and I'm reaching my hand out to you metaphorically, right, to say that it's okay, that I understand, but nonetheless that doesn't dissolve the issue. The issue still remains here, and as such we need to be at least some level of empathetic in order to reach into this phantasm to get people to get out of it. Okay, that needs to happen. We need to be kinder to people. Okay, that's the takeaway. We need to be kinder to people. We are not kind enough to people yet. So much so that being kind now is going to be met with like suspicion. It's going to be like, well, what do you want from me? You know, there's no way you just want me to be better for my sake. That's weird. We're all out here for our own bags, you know. It's capitalist society. We're all for our greed. What do you want? What do you get out of this, right? And what if it's nothing? What if you actually get nothing out of this? What if you actually just want to help and you can't? That's just a foreign concept to a lot of people, right? Because it's so outlandish. Who the fuck in their right mind would want to do something for someone else's sake? There's no reason to. Like, life is hard enough for you, right? But anyways, that's my rant on phantasm, and the takeaway of that rant hopefully is one that is actually like somewhat good compared to all the ranting I've done prior to this, which is that we need to be kinder to people, and we're not kind enough to people. And it's hard and it's difficult to be kind. It is so hard to be kind. People are such assholes and they're so dumb, and it makes like everything makes my blood boil, right? But we have to do this, like, because there's no other way to do it, at least the way I think of it is. Yeah. Thank you. That's the conclusion of the Phantasm rant. That should be all of the things. I'm now going to address some of your questions, and I've seen. Welcome back, Jeffrey. It's been a while. How have you been? Welcome to the stream, or the end of the stream. Debate is a language in and of itself, and if people don't want to debate, then you have to engage in a different language. Exactly. Excellent point. Wonderful. Debate is a language in itself. Exactly. It's not a language in the way we traditionally think of languages like English or French or Japanese or whatever, right? Like it's not like a language in that sense, but it is, you know, the way we speak of things and the way we engage in communication should be understood as its own language. But excellent point. Trust my God and Savior and thought leader, catch you for no. I am not your thought leader. Please think for yourself. Think. Okay. Sorry, got that out of the way. Again, I don't think it's possible or rational to expect to always engage with people rationally. Some people simply do not make decisions rationally, even on a daily level. Yeah, and you know what's like something that, again, I'm not talking from my ivory tower glass house. Like it's the same for me. Like I am also irrational, and like I fall for emotional things that I don't pull. Like I don't want to pull this stunt on everyone to say, well, I'm not, you know, I am above everyone and I'm a rational being because I'm a philosopher. No, I engage in rationality, and I think I'm pretty good at it, but I'm not always rational. You know, sometimes things get to me purely on an emotional standpoint, as demonstrated by the past like 2 hours. Oh man, where I have done nothing but complain about my things that emotionally affect me. Right. So yeah, it's not rational to expect everyone to be rational. Completely fair. Exactly right. You're exactly right. God, I'm so glad when my viewers are pretty intelligent. That's great, isn't it? It's wonderful. I've been sick the entire week. Oh shit. Hope you get better soon. Thank you for joining live. But please, yeah. Hope you get better. Cool stuff. Thank you for the contributions. I think rather than to try to bring people to the same rational level, it's easier to engage with people in their worldview and their own subjective values, logic. Yeah, exactly. We need to step into people's subjective views, step into people's bubbles, and try to, you know, figure out what they're thinking. Really immerse yourself into it. Don't just say you understand it, because you have to live it to understand it, and that's hard. That's hard to do. As a closing remark to the stream, because I think I've gone on for long enough. As a closing remark, that's part of why I am Karis Euphranor, the first and last Philosopher VTuber, okay? And I don't think I need to elaborate on that further. If you've been following the ranting from the past like 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long this was, you'll understand what I mean by that. But yeah. What if they're not thinking? Yeah, well then you can't engage with them by thinking with them. You have to do other things with them. What do? You have to nudge them slowly into thinking. You can't just confront them immediately by thinking. And the thing is, everyone's thinking all the time. It's just they're usually thinking in a loop. You know, when someone says they're overthinking, they're thinking in a loop, or they're thinking about things in a very narrow perspective, and they're not considering alternate perspectives. They're not challenged in that way. They're not critically thinking. They're not struggling. They're not healthily struggling. Healthy struggle is good, right? And what can you do when they're not doing that? All you can do is try to nudge them slowly. And one of the ways you can do that is by being in their shoes, doing what they do, enjoying what they enjoy, perhaps if there's someone close to you that you want to, you know, help out really. One of the ways you can do that is just you have to be empathetic. You have to want to know where they're coming from and earnestly and genuinely engage with where they're coming from in order to do that. That has to happen, because otherwise you're going to just come at odds, at opposition with each other, and you're never going to get anything, you know, you're never going to find any middle ground if you just do that. You know, if you just try to say, you're not being illogical, you know, this doesn't make sense. Sure, you're right. But, okay, last rant, I promise. Because one more topic just came to my head. It wouldn't be a Cars You for no stream if there wasn't over yapping. This last thing I want to talk about. Tangentially related to some things we talk about. Winning arguments. Okay. Debate bros. Philosophy majors alike. Sophists have fallen into this pit hole. Okay. Life is not about winning arguments. Okay. Stop thinking life is about winning fucking arguments. What do you get from it? You don't get anything. Okay, maybe you get funding from it, right? Because academically, you're encouraged to win arguments, and like it doesn't matter if the arguments don't matter, as long as you win the argument and you can prove that you win the argument, you get like funding from like institutes, right? So that's all kinds of fucked up, but that's like a tangential. Again, I'll rant about that next stream. But life isn't about winning arguments. Okay? It's not. Life is not, I'll be saying it again, life is not about winning arguments. It doesn't matter if you're right. No one gives an ounce of a shit if you're right. You want to know how I know this? Because I'm right all the time. The reason I know I can so confidently say that no one cares if you're right is because I'm right all the time and no one cares, okay? No one cares if I'm right all the time. They're like, Karis, you for no, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you yapping anymore, okay? It doesn't matter to me. Even if I am speaking the truth, even if I'm speaking facts, you know, even if I'm preaching, even if I am completely 100% correct, even if those people later come back to me and go, Karis, I'm so sorry I doubted your wisdom and your sagely advice and intelligence. I'm so sorry I doubted you, because guess what, that thing you said that I thought you were yapping about actually not only makes perfect sense, but it was a perfect premonition of the future, and that thing that you said would happen actually happened. Oh my god, Karis, you are so intelligent. I will listen to your advice from now on. And then they proceed to ignore the next piece of advice I give them. It frustrates me, but I have to live with it, okay? Winning arguments and being right doesn't fucking matter. It never did, and it never will. It maybe matters to some people, you know, maybe it does, but those people are very few and far between, because if you think it matters to you, it really doesn't. It really doesn't, okay? Like, does being right matter more than being alive? You know, does it matter more than being alive and well? Does it matter more than, you know, a sponsorship stream where you get money and you can pay rent? No, it fucking doesn't. What matters the most is paying fucking rent. Okay, that's what matters. I get it. Again, I get it. But we need to collectively understand and agree that winning arguments doesn't fucking matter. Being right doesn't fucking matter. It never mattered. Okay, maybe it did matter, but at some point it doesn't matter anymore now, okay? It literally doesn't. Because if it doesn't, you can take one look at academic institutions and know that the truth isn't what's being written, it's what's being funded that's being written, okay? Simple truth. Nobody works for free. Anyone who works for free can afford to work free because they're running a charity. And anyone who does that is because they have no more worries in life and they're not relatable, okay? Anyone who can afford to be charitable for certain things is like on some level okay with themselves, and that's wonderful and that's amazing and that's awesome for you. But that is not what most people, that is not most people. Most people cannot fucking afford to ignore the next paycheck in support of the truth or whatever the fuck, okay? Most people can't do that. Me included. This isn't like a, you know, I'm again better than everyone. No, me too. You bet your ass if I'm on a if I can eventually one day get a sponsored stream, I'm not gonna talk shit about the game unless they let me. If they let me, I will, right? But if they don't let me, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna pretend like I'm having fun. Okay, I'm gonna do that. If they give me if I get a sponsored stream to stream something, okay. You bet I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shill, okay? I'm gonna shill, I'm gonna sell you products, and it's your job to not listen to it, okay? It's your responsibility, not mine. But, sorry, that delved into like 5 rants ago. Sorry. Wouldn't be a catastrophic for no stream, I guess. But yeah, life isn't about being right or winning arguments, and it never was. That's it. No more. What are you guys saying? People always make decisions. Yeah. Damn, it's ending. Unlucky timing for me. Yeah, it's ending, but it's like it's longer than advertised, which should be good, right? I don't know. I promised 2 hours of yapping, but it's not like a minimum quota. It's like supposed to be a maximum. I was gonna try to keep this within 2 hours because I didn't want VOD watchers to have to scroll through so much of this shit. But I guess it is what it is. It's the yap stream. This is what you signed up for. But yeah, it's quite long, but it's gonna end soon. But don't worry, there's always going to be the VOD, and I can always try to, I'm going to try to make like shorter, more digestible versions of this where it's like highlights and it cuts down on the yapping and gets the main points, right? Okay. Gonna learn social intuition just to win arguments. Thanks for the advice, librarian. Make sure to tell others to comment, like, and subscribe. No, please. I've been hit by a beam, like a spell. You guys know exactly what to say to like do 1d10 psychic damage to me. Damn it. Okay, whatever. Right. In your guys' knows that people pick apart the arguments in its literal sense without reading between the lines, trying to see what the message concern behind the argument. Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm actually, let me pick up the words. You didn't say this. It's like yeah, but you're not here for the spirit of the argument, right? Exactly. It annoys me, pisses me off. That's it. I'm done. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I've ranted too long. I hope you enjoyed the Yap stream. This is the first in the series of Yap Fest 2024. There's gonna be more of this. I hope. Because I'm never gonna run out of things to yap about. I am never gonna run out of things to talk about. But for today, for everyone's sake, I understand everyone has lives and busy things to attend to. I will not bother everyone. Thank you for being here with the stream with me. Yeah, thank you for being here. If you have any things or questions or you want me to talk about next, I will talk about them. This is not going to be the last Yap stream. There's going to be many more to come. Engage with me on my internet web socials. Call to action. Comment on your thoughts. I can't believe I said that. I'm so sorry, guys. I can't even do that ironically, man. I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. But yeah. Thank you for being here. Ta-ta. Go now. Leave. Do more important things. There are definitely more important things to do. Go away and enjoy your day, night, evening, whatever. And I will see you next week. I will post a schedule. I'll post a schedule. Try to post it today or tomorrow. Indicating what my streaming is going to be like for next week. Cool, but it's probably not going to be Sunday. I'm not going to stream tomorrow. But yes, thank you for being here. I'll see you guys. I will post a schedule. Keep an eye out on that. It'll be on my Twitter and on my YouTube community tab. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to rant about next. And then the streams are going to be scheduled to hopefully a day before them, and then you can see them, and then you can come back and vibe with this or not. I don't know. Bye. Goodbye. Bye.